Hello, fellow homebrewers. JP here, and I want to introduce to you the brand new Brew-Built X1 Conical Series available at More Beer. More Beer sells the highest standard in homebrewing equipment, and the Brew-Built Conicals are just that. They're made from mirror-polished 304 stainless steel, and they come with loads of features that you and I have been looking for. They have a full 2-inch bottom dump valve, which will eliminate your clogging issues, while the sturdy base includes 4 reinforced legs, just like those big pro tanks do. More Beer also carries the Brew-Built line of options and add-ons like casters, pressure kits, and even external glycol chillers. So you can find out more about the new Brew-Built X1 Conical Unitanks by going over to morebeer.com for detailed videos on the entire line of Brew-Built Conicals. You can trust Brew-Built with your next fermentation, and you can trust More Beer to find the right conical for you. Brew-Built at morebeer.com.
Today's Sunday session is brought to you thanks to the fine folks at More Beer. Visit them right now at morebeer.com.
I want people to believe in me, and I want people to believe in me when they taste my beer. That's what it's about.
You mean you laid underneath it and tried to put his tongue up the bung?
I like to actually scoop up the yeast and look at it.
7 o'clock came real early that next morning.
Yeah, man. Thanks for dumbing that down for us. You did an awesome job. It's all about food and beer.
Punch me in the junk. Man, that thing was thick.
The point is just beat it like it's your dick.
I like to smell it afterwards.
Are you being sarcastic right now?
Bring your body armor.
I ran into my junk once on a ball valve on a kettle.
That's a true happy ending.
Now, live from the Brewing Network studios in Northern California, this is the radio program for home brewers, craft brewers, beer lovers, and beer geeks. It's your only source for live beer radio that brings expert brewers together with, well, expert drinkers. This is the radio program with a head on it. This is The Session.
Hello, good afternoon. My name's Justin Crosley. I'm your host tonight on The Session. And, I'm happy to be here. I got a good English ale in my glass.
There you go.
I'm drinking the same beer.
And all my friends around me.
Oh.
Yeah.
All of them?
Bebo's, right there.
Oh.
Some of your...
Is she around you, though?
And I'm in another room.
That's close enough.
That's
true.
As close as I want you.
It's as close as the courts will allow.
Rude.
And Shimkey's here.
I was waiting for that.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys are friends now and not just buddies? What? You got upgraded.
Whoa.
Or you got downgraded, Jay. One of the two.
No, that was separate. I was saying, and also...
Oh, also Kim is here
It
today.
was the dash.
Unclassified.
If there were a sentence written, the dash.
How come microphones hate...
I was going to complain about it, and then I realized I kind of enjoy it, not hearing her. So
I don't know what happened.
Is it me?
Try this one over here, Shimkey.
Oh, she has to sit next to me now. She purposely sat far away.
So now that once
It's
she
not
sits
Karma,
down,
it's Carmax.
once she sits down, I'll plug in her microphone cable.
Yeah.
Perfect. Warren and I worked this bit out earlier. It's
Right.
not going really well, but...
It got her to move away from me, so it's going great.
It worked for her, Beardy.
Yeah.
Damn it!
Try that microphone, Beardy.
I hope it fucking works.
Now? Oh, damn.
Oh, it's dead.
Dead mic.
Dead mic in the middle of the road.
Yep, still dead.
Huh. Better fix that soon.
Yeah.
Like before the guest comes on.
You can
there's that.
You can have mine.
Now we'll figure it out.
All right.
Okay, well, welcome, Shimkey. Now you're welcome.
Why, thank you. I'd say it's a pleasure to be here, but it's all right.
God.
Just okay.
You don't hate it, huh?
I don't hate it.
Yeah, she sounds weird, that's for sure.
Her voice gets higher every time she's on.
You know, and that happened. I noticed that with like Beverly or like when Taryn's on the mic. Any women that I record with that are on the microphone, they just talk like normally like this, and you get a microphone from them, they go, "Oh my god!" And their
Actually,
voice
that's
goes
not
like
true.
this.
I do talk like that in real life.
Not as like focused.
I think I have to get a special microphone for you. You're going to get your own special microphone.
Matching
Can we
helmet
pimp
included.
it out?
Yeah.
Bedazzle it a bit?
Yo, dog.
high pass.
I heard you like microphones, so I put a microphone in your microphone. What are you doing here, Kim? Just hanging out?
Yeah.
Good
Well, I
time?
heard there was alcohol for me, but apparently it is not here.
Well, yeah. It's here in the sense of on Earth.
Right. Ethereally.
Yeah.
But not where it does me any good.
I think it's the royal here, really, is what it is.
Well, right. And I feel like, I mean, it was at Bev's house, and then now it's at Warren's house, so it literally just overshot.
Right.
So it'll course correct. It'll come back.
Right.
It's on the move. That's all.
Some beer got shipped to you, and
some liquor from Tennessee.
Like 2 months ago.
Yeah.
3 months ago
Yeah,
now.
now 3 maybe.
From, a guest we had on the show on Heads and Tails. That's right, Heads and Tails podcast. You can download that on iTunes, like, subscribe, and be part of the family.
Yeah. Listen to the about the liquor that Kim didn't get to drink.
That's right. That's
You
right.
know, the internet exists. I can find out where you live, so it's actually in your best interest to bring it here.
Oh, it's 123 Dick Street. That's where he lives. Yeah.
In
Let me
Coxville.
confirm. Let me Google.
all right, good start, everybody.
Thank you very much.
Did the mic work yet?
Try it now.
How about now? Is this working now?
Still no.
Still not working.
Still not working.
No.
I think Tasty's mic is off now, too.
Mine's off as well?
No, yours is on now, too.
Like you said, yours is on. Wait, did that? It's on.
Hey, it's working.
You did it.
Yeah, there were a couple issues. One of them is that I had it EQ. And I can tell now, I had it EQ'd for Kim Shimke the last time she was on here.
Oh, okay.
Which is why it didn't pick you up. It only picks up screeching high noises.
So rude.
The other one was user error. I think I screwed it up. Should be good to go now, though.
That can't be. Should we start over?
No, but we should thank our sponsor, More Beer, for bringing you this session and every session that we do. You can go to morebeer.com and check them out. They got the Robo Brew and all kinds of good things that you can go purchase from them. And they're great people, and they offer great products. Over at morebeer.com. Check them out. On tonight's program, we've got Armistice Brewing Company out of Richmond, California, which is near us here in Concord. And they're a fairly new brewery, and they're a brother and sister team. Alex and Gregory Zobel are here to talk about how they got started, and I'm told that right now at the Hop Grenade is the most beer they've ever sent out of the brewery.
Yeah.
Wow.
They're a taproom only type of brewery, so they're really excited. We've got, I think, 6 different kegs of theirs here.
Hell yeah, dude.
So if you're local, come on down tonight to the Hop Grenade, or probably for the next couple days it'll be on tap, maybe till Wednesday or Thursday or so.
There's beers that they don't even have there.
Yeah.
We got the last cakes.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
So we're going to learn all about their beers. They do a lot of hazy beers, and then on the completely other end of the spectrum, English ales.
Wow,
so
perfect.
So we're going to kind of mix the show between those two things and talk to them about all of that.
Well, I think Warren and I will be taking a break for the first part of the show, and then coming in for the second part, which is really the core, the point of the whole thing, the crux of the issue.
Unless the English ales are in the first part, and then we'll be here for the first part.
I'm just not going to tell you, and then you're going to have to gamble.
Just do one of each.
we have to pick one. Rochambeau.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hazy English.
Yeah. Beardy, as I hear, is back helping out, working at Heretic.
Yes, the rumors are true.
The rumors are true.
Yeah. Andrew, the guy running the show over there, is on paternity leave. He's now a father 2 times over. And so
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Well, mistakes do happen. But anyway, he's on paternity leave, and so the timing worked out perfectly. And so I'm helping Jamel out in the brew house, getting some new people finished, trained in, and also helping get the distillery off the ground.
Oh, yeah.
That's just a few months away.
The grain goes in the toilet, right?
Heretic Distilling.
Right, it all starts as toilet wine.
So you're no longer at Loma.
Correct.
Are we allowed to talk about that?
Let's wait a little bit.
The court case.
Statute of limitations.
Yeah, the court case gets well into the system.
For sure.
Yeah.
Warren making friends. Warren is very easy to work with.
Right.
He's probably very easy to employ.
Yeah.
Never questions anything.
You'll make anything you want, as long as it's not this or that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
And as long as you don't do it this way or that way.
That's right. Yeah.
Then he'll do anything you want.
It's your brewery. I just work for you.
Yeah, some people
But do it my
want to
way.
fight being successful, and others don't.
That's right.
Like my man in Casino said, there's 3 ways to do things. The right way, the wrong way, and my way.
Yeah. That's right. That's Beardy's way.
Which way?
Right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You're the was it Pesci or De Niro?
De
It's
Niro.
So you're the Robert De Niro of the brewing world, maybe?
Apparently.
Well, I wouldn't go
Without
that
all
far.
the swagger.
Well, that's true. That's true. Or if you follow that character arc, you started low, You crested, and now you're back starting low again.
Right.
Oh. Is that how the movie goes?
Sure.
Yeah.
It was probably made before I was born.
Spoiler alert.
Not that being back at Heretic is low.
No.
Hey, I mean, if you want to dig on Jamel, that's fine.
Right.
Pile on.
Yeah.
All right. A few things going on this week. There's a cool party on Thursday. The Rare Barrel and Faction and Cellar Maker are having their 5-year anniversary party together. And guess what it's called, Beardy?
I'm on a boat.
Yacht Rock on the Bay.
Oh.
They rented a boat. We're all going. Well, actually, I invited all of you. None of y'all can go.
Yeah, I can't.
I'm going to be out of town. Otherwise, I would totally be there.
Are you going, Tasty?
No,
you're not going either.
I got invited from every direction.
Are you? Do you get seasick or something?
Not enough that I would enjoy drinking beer on a.
Okay, because I thought for sure you'd be going to that, but
if it was on the shore, I'd be there for sure.
Right,
it's a great crowd.
You can't. No Dramamine will work. Nothing.
I don't want to get into that. And I'm a kind of a bar hopper guy.
Okay,
I'm on a boat for 3 hours. Like, where do I hop to? Right?
You get bored.
Call the Coast Guard. Get me out of here.
Right.
TC doesn't like to take drugs, so
right.
Yeah.
Getting drunk on a boat does sound
He
terrible.
likes to eat them.
No, it's great. Boat drinking's fantastic.
Cool.
Yeah, it's a good time.
You're going to dust off the BN Yacht Club
sport
coat?
I think so. I think I have to. Although
and the swim trunks.
I think it's too cold on the bay for those.
Yeah,
unless I could wear tights underneath them.
Oh hell yeah! Flesh colored tights.
Flesh color. Yeah, I was going to say flesh.
I'm just going to ask you to not do that.
Hell yeah!
You're not going either.
I'm not. I get seasick too.
I can't believe it. Alex called and offered me tickets, and I thought, everyone's going to be so happy about
you're
this.
offering me?
And then,
I would have. But
So now this
I'm
makes
working.
sense why you offered me a ticket because everyone else declined.
Pretty much.
Oh, you were first.
This
Come on.
happens often.
It's seniority.
That's actually not true. But I did completely forget about you.
Yeah. You forget about me when we're at the same event together.
I know. I sent out, I was like, okay, who works for us? And I sent it out to everybody. And then I was going through the list and I was like, oh, wow, God, did I really invite everybody? Nobody can go. And then I was like, oh, shit, Kim. And I had already told Alex because he wanted to release the tickets if we couldn't take them. And I had told him, yeah, so, nobody can go. And it was like a day later and I was like, oh, shit. I forgot about Shimke. So I had to call Alex and be like, hey, before I offer it, because now I don't want to take it back, do you still have one available? And he did.
Nice.
And you can't go anyway. So no harm, no foul, really.
Did we ask the Dr. Homebrew dudes?
No, but I don't want to hang out with them.
Well, there's only one now. They left. But see, you rank higher than Brian
he
on
wants
Dr.
to hang
Homebrew.
out with me.
Yeah.
Wants.
Yeah.
It's a strong word.
I mean, I like Brian and everything, but it's awkward. He's quiet and I'm quiet. And
he's taller than you.
Yeah. The other. So it's only Brian?
Yeah. Keith has moved, and we are replacing Keith with rotating co-hosts.
Okay.
Consisting of Matt Sager from Danville Brewing.
That's a good one.
Nicole Ernie from Cicerone Program, I imagine, and Nate Smith.
Wow.
So
nice
there's
lineup.
that. And then,
but it'll be Nate and Smith. It'll be Nate and Nicole together.
No, it's Nicole.
Oh.
No, she's Nicole of Nate and Nicole.
Yeah, of Nate and Nicole.
Oh.
That was what he was saying. He wasn't misogynist at all.
Brian Shaw, who's a Grandmaster BJCP judge, apparently, or almost a Grandmaster.
Okay.
And, that's how we got to do it for now.
Cool.
Okay. All right. Well, now I'm all up to date on the happenings at the Brewing Network.
Who doesn't work here.
Yeah.
Check that off your list there.
Yeah, I like it.
Fascinating content like this brought to you by Dramamine. Yes.
Yeah.
Dramamine.
I like when I catch up along with our listeners and what's happening around here.
Real time.
So, anyway, Kim, I remembered eventually, and I think that's a step forward.
I think so. I mean, we've been at the same event where we've planned to meet up, like through text and email, separate documentation, and then I text you that I'm there, and you're like, "Oh, you're here."
Surprise!
Was that intentional? Or are you supposed to be here?
Yeah, he muted your microphone, and he's muted you, I think, as well.
Yeah.
Same a different button, but same process.
Yeah. But I feel like it keeps our relationship fresh because then when I finally realize you are someplace, I'm excited about it.
Right. He's always surprised.
That excitement. What does that look like when you display it?
Oh, what are you doing?
It looks the same as when I'm not excited. Really, it's all the same.
Perfect.
It's it's internal.
Yeah. So just know that about him, that he's excited. You'll never get the gratification or satisfaction of seeing him excited.
Yeah.
So
But
it's a one-way
there.
street, but it's there.
Well, if you know it's there, it's two ways. I feel like if you just acknowledge now that if I see you, I'm excited in some way, shape, or form, you'll know, and that it'll be good. It'll be
do all the work for me.
It's because I hold his stuff.
Can you? Oh, it's good to see you. Can you hold this?
That has happened.
This is a box
Can you hold
marked
my glasses?
raccoons. I know. I just need you to hold my raccoons for a minute. I got to go drink.
All right. Well, I guess have fun doing all the things that you guys are doing. I'm going on a boat.
Yeah, I'm leaving a boat.
Hell yeah, dude.
I did ask Alex too, though. I didn't ask. I stated there better be nothing but yacht rock on this boat.
Oh, it's in the title. Absolutely.
He said no. He said no yacht rock.
No yacht.
It's called yacht rock.
Yeah.
It's false advertising.
Why would they name it that? Well, for one, he's spinning.
Who?
Oh, dear God.
Alex.
DJ Alex?
DJ Tall Alex.
I've heard about this.
Is spinning for 2 hours.
Like on a stationary bike?
Right, sit and spin?
Yeah, it's a spin class.
Good.
I don't know. That was his answer.
All right.
And I don't know what the other hour is. Maybe I can convince him to play some yacht rock. Why not?
It's probably going to be Jay's iPod.
Right. Why not do a little yacht rock remix when you're spinning?
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, try to freshen up, the perfect class of music.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. I'm kind of now not as disappointed that I can't go.
Yeah, I don't blame you. Especially because why not just call it like they could have called it like I'm on a boat,
right?
Or any of the other like yacht themed, humorous names,
right?
But they called it like Yacht Rock 5th anniversary.
Yeah, we rented Jeff Bezos' yacht anniversary party.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Sounds like there might be a mutiny.
I'm just gonna wear headphones the whole time. I got none of you guys to talk to anyway, so I'm just gonna walk around yacht rocking.
Okay, yeah. So now I'm going to reevaluate my stance, and you have to wear your nutters and your white jacket
for sure
in protest.
Yeah, absolutely.
With your yacht outfit.
With your yacht shoes.
I think I still have all of these items.
And your
and a captain's
douchey
hat?
little hat.
Oh, I might have that. Yeah.
Okay.
I haven't seen that in a while, but I think I have these things.
It's like $6.99 on Amazon.
Okay. All right. Well, we got some other things happening, too. Let me get to our announcements brought to you today by Drake's Brewing Company. Go to drinkdrakes.com and check it out. They got a whole new style of IPA happening. Their Extra Brute IPA. They're one of the first to ever make one, and you can buy it in bottles now. I had their Pilsner the other day. Bought it off the shelf, which is also really good.
They make a great beer.
Everything they make's good right now, tasty.
Yep. We're lucky.
I like that place. And they're opening a new place in Sacramento.
Yeah, a new beer outlet there, yeah.
Called The Barn, I think. So they've got Drake's Barrel House, they've got Drake's Dealership in Oakland, and then they're opening The Barn, I think, any time now.
And they're going to be making beer up there, right?
I don't know.
No,
I don't think so. I heard it's like a container place. They modify containers.
Shipping containers?
Yeah. So I don't know if they put a brewery there or not.
Like Golden Road?
It sounds familiar.
I'll have to
At
check.
first I was going to say no, just like you said no, but then in the back of my head there was
maybe they're putting
like a small one just to maintain a certain kind of license, maybe, or I don't know.
Maybe they changed the plans to where it's not, but I think initially they were supposed to have some sort of production.
I think they
could have
I'll
changed.
find out.
We don't know.
I think they also wanted it as like an event space
Oh, cool.
that you can rent out
Yeah.
Yes.
And not invite you to things.
and not have me be there.
Oh, hey,
At least
Kim's
knowingly.
here.
At least knowingly.
Yeah.
I'll find a way.
I'll find that answer and see what's going on up there, and I'll report back next week. All right, we do have some new Brewing Network shows. If you haven't heard, we have an all-Spanish-speaking podcast called Entre Cervezas. We just launched our second episode last week, so we're hoping to reach into the Spanish-speaking home brewing and craft beer market with that. There's a big need there. It's actually kind of like when we started back in 2005. There was nothing else around. There were some magazines and things like that, and same is happening in Latin America right now. So we launched a podcast for that. So if you got any Spanish-speaking brewers and friends who are looking for some information, tell them to check out Entre Cervezas. Also, if you're a pro looking for better marketing tactics and how to get your beer into the marketplace, check out our new podcast, Shine Runner Craft Marketing. That's done by Mark Colburn. You can listen to him on The Session as well. Just search his name on our website. He came in, did a great job talking about his, 20-something years in craft marketing.
A lot of experience.
And then we decided to get him to do his own thing for us. So a couple new shows there for you. And we're working on more, too. There might be a new show all about hops.
It's true.
Coming down the pipeline.
Heads and Tails never got this much media coverage.
That's not true.
You know that?
We mentioned it a few times on this show.
See? This is only the second time I've
It's just never enough.
mentioned it.
And actually, it got mentioned already once on this show before all of these other shows.
I think he means, but that he has to do it himself.
He's pushing it.
Yeah.
But
Wait, what got mentioned?
Heads and Tails. It's a show about distilling with you and me on it, actually.
He's begging it again.
If you haven't looked at the show lineup recently on thebrewingnetwork.com, you should.
Yeah, you should.
And you'll find Heads and Tails there.
Hey, we have a fan.
You got me one.
Hell yeah.
Put me down for one.
All right.
I'll take Kim's bottle.
It's at my house, Stace. You want to come get it?
Come on, maybe not that way. I'll pick it up.
Okay, yeah.
I invite all my friends over to my house
I'll
after
give her
the
a
show.
taste of it.
To get Kim's liquor.
Just follow him there.
All right. Also, the Brewing Network has signed up to put on the Concord Oktoberfest. That's happening October 12th and 13th. It's a Friday night and an all-day Saturday. And that's coming together really nicely. We're going to have 20-plus craft breweries serving all kinds of German lagers and other lagers. Dan Gordon's going to come out from Gordon Biersch and tap the first keg.
Nice.
Wow.
With the mayor. I got him and the mayor up there doing the whole wooden keg hammer tapping thing.
Attaboy.
So that'll be fun.
That's cool.
Is he going to play the Star Spangled Banner on his trombone?
I tried to get him or his band to come play, and no, they just do jazz and stuff. So yeah, he won't do it. But we do have a kids area with rides and food, and I do have all kinds of music happening. I might have. I'm just waiting for final confirmation, but. A 20-piece German orchestra coming to play here in the park, which will be fun. That's a lot of instruments for Ein Prosit, but I'm excited about that. Yeah. So save the date, October 12th and 13th. I'll put up information on that tomorrow on thebrewingnetwork.com, or you can go to visitconcord.com right now and check it out. It's already there. We'll be selling tickets in advance and on site, and I'm doing traditional German steins, so you can sit there and drink a lot of beer if you want. It should be fun. All right, do your Amazon shopping through the website. Just click the Amazon links, and that's a great way to help us out. We appreciate all of you to do that. Subscribe and join the BN Army. Just click the donate link on the homepage, and that enters you into the More Beer monthly donation giveaway. For as little as $2 a month, you're entered to win $100 to spend at More Beer. And we draw that name every month, and it goes, we send you an email, so make sure your email's up to date in PayPal. It also goes into our wonderfully authored newsletter that Kim Shimke puts together each month. And if you sign up to join the Army, you get that letter each month. You get to see the talents of Kim Shimke in your inbox.
The only good grammar you'll come across in the Brewing Network. Anything.
Probably so.
Wow. Shots all around.
Yeah, I guess so.
Even.
All right. There are things on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram. Also, the work of Kim Shimke. So, really, her fingerprints are all over this mess, if you think about it.
And her good grammar.
And if that weirds you out, don't think about it too much.
Yeah. All right, send your show feedback to feedback@thebrewingnetwork.com. You can send show ideas there, too. And we try to get all of your ideas on the air as long as they're not stupid ideas.
we do those ourselves.
Yeah, that's it. We don't need any help.
We got that covered.
We need help with that. All right, do we have a Twitter game today?
We do have a Twitter game, Justin. Thank you for asking.
Twitter game is brought to you today by all of Twitter.
All of Twitter. Hell yeah. Now that's a sponsorship.
Yeah.
I'm getting that domain name right
now. Brought to you today by GrogTag. GrogTag's your one-stop homebrew customization shop. They've got it all from reusable beer and wine labels to durable metal signs to high-quality coasters, and everything is customizable. So get creative over on grogtag.com with one of our hundreds of templates. They'll print it out on high-quality materials and ship it out to you. It's easy. Check out grogtag.com today and use coupon code BNARMY, and you'll save 10% on your next order. That's grogtag.com. What's our Twitter game?
Well, we were sitting here before the show, and it dawned on me, Justin, that everybody in this room has a nickname. You got Tasty, you got Warren, Dick Face for you, probably. I don't know. I don't even really know.
I don't know either.
Jay, I guess, and me, and then there's Bev. But Kim Shimke has no nickname. So I think we need to change this. So that's a Twitter game.
Okay.
Apply a nickname to Kimberly Eustace Shimke.
4.5 years later?
Yeah. Why are you complaining about it? It's happening.
I didn't ask for it to. I'm kind of concerned about what we're going to see.
Me too.
Great granddaughter of Bob Eustace.
That's right.
By the way,
who reminded you to always spay your pet.
I think that was Bob Barker.
Oh, damn it. All right, I like it. We're going to name Shimky today. Shimky just doesn't have a nice enough ring to it.
Are we going to let her vote on that? You're going to be here to vote? You're going to be around a while?
Yeah, I think she can.
Should she vote?
I think she can vote. Yeah.
Are you staying for the whole show?
We do it at the end, you see.
Yeah, I know.
You ever been there?
I've stayed for one or two.
Yeah, see? You see, we do it at the end, you see?
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe I'll follow along to see the ones that come up as we go.
Oh, there you go.
All right.
This ought to be fun.
Can we play along also on Twitter?
Yeah, can I play?
Hey, man, you can't win, but you can play along.
Yeah.
There you go. All right.
Absolutely.
Okay.
All right, let's do some feedback. Feedback's brought to you today by our friend John over at the Beer Law Center. Go to beerlawcenter.com and check it out. He's a good guy. He's always working for me. He's working hard right now. We got a cease and desist sent to us.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
No.
What did you do?
First one.
Ever?
I think.
For what?
Yeah,
I mean, you
first
probably can't talk about it, but...
I think I can talk about it. There is another place that's not a hop grenade or anything, but they feature a drink called the hand grenade.
Okay.
Oh, my God.
Also... commonly, it's actually a really famous place, commonly referred to as the Grenade. And anyway, they found us because somebody else was applying for a hop grenade trademark recently, and it flagged for them, and they opposed that, and blah, blah, blah.
Is that New Orleans?
We could leave, specifics out of it. Otherwise, I would have included them myself.
I only know based on real experience.
I think Kim is referring to the show I'm posting for Heads and Tails, where our distillery, 7-3 Distilling, is from New Orleans. So she saw that. That's what she thought.
Got it.
Just jumping the gun a little bit.
So everything's, I think, going to be fine because there isn't any real crossover in the marketplace. But we're going to talk to them, and they sent a very nice letter. Actually, they sent it like I send them, where they're like, "Hey, let's talk about this and figure it out." And so anyhow,
go nuclear.
John's got to go to work on that too, but he's a good guy and he knows what he's doing. Check it out at beerlawcenter.com, and if you'll know he's doing his job well when you find out, hopefully soon, that I'm not actually being sued.
Or the Brewing Network logo changes.
So it's
the hot grenades no longer called the hot grenade.
It's just using the grenade. So is it for the bar or is it for the Brewing Network?
I have a trademark on the mark, which is the image.
Yeah.
But apparently I don't on the text. And I think we applied for that and were rejected on the text, but approved on the image.
Yeah.
But we were still okay to use the text. I just couldn't own the trademark for it. And I think, and anyhow, we've been doing that now for going on 5 years. Sure. So they're actually a little past probably the statute of limitations. There's no hard and fast rule when you're allowed to contest it. Yeah. But the reason that I have to contest mine every single month, every time it comes up, no matter how small the company is that if I don't, it essentially says I don't care if people use it.
Right.
And so they obviously haven't cared too much to notice or reach out to me in a few years. But anyhow, I'm actually thinking it'll never get to that. They seem to think everybody can live harmoniously. Theirs is not a hop grenade, and mine is not an actual grenade. And we don't really market this place as the Grenade or anything like that. So maybe I just can't open a bar in their neighborhood. I'll find out.
Yeah.
But... John's got to take care of that.
Yeah, he knows how to handle this.
Perfect.
That was the point here, is that the guy's always working, and he can do a good job for you, too. So go to beerlawcenter.com and check it out. All right, here is your feedback today. Rob writes in, "Hey, guys and Bevo. Nobody ever mentions Shimky. It's like they forget all about her.
Just like you guys.
Who would do that?
It's like they forget she's even here.
I think what might help is if our listeners would text her and invite her to places. I think that would remind them that she is
and they're excited to have me.
All right.
Kim, hey, when did you get in
Let's try that. It's 510
867-5309.
Try that. I don't understand why they just forget you're an integral part of this team.
for being so obnoxious and shrieking, you would think that I would stand out more.
Right.
I can't understand it.
You know what we should
Well, maybe
do?
that's the only dogs can hear me. So
You know what we need to do? We need to have a shriek off between Nicole Ernie and Kim Shimke, and they don't actually have to shriek. We just have to give them sentences to read, and we'll let our listeners decide which one has the
shrill voice,
Honestly,
the most awful radio.
we don't need to do that. We know what the answer is.
I'm going to call in sick.
The answer is it's a tie.
No, it's not.
Well, I like the idea.
if I tie with anything with Nicole, that's a good thing.
Oh, so there you go.
See,
there you go.
She's an impressive woman.
Yeah, she is.
You say oppressive?
All right. So Rob writes in,
Yes.
hey, I've been listening to the show off and in for 3 years now. And this week, when you did the show about the imperfect produce, I heard a new guy on the show. I think you called him Justin. He's pretty good. Was he a guest DJ? That would be cool if you had guest DJs in running the show. JP, you do a great job, but someone might want to hire this guy before some other podcast steals him. Except for the live reads, he did a good job. Which is true. I was really bad at the live reads last week.
Bigger font.
Anyway, he says, kidding. It was good to hear Justin back on the show. Great job, all of you. Thanks, Rob. I appreciate that. So far, my live reads are going better this week.
I know it's true.
I did my mouth stretches.
No.
Have you done it in your live reads? I couldn't tell.
See?
They're so smooth.
So casual.
I love it.
Yeah. Like a velour jumpsuit.
That I'm wearing now.
Underneath your clothes.
Yes. All right, Dave writes in, this is about the Jamil sex show that we mentioned.
Coming up soon, no pun intended. Here we go, let's go.
He says, Justin mentioned Jamil wanting to host a show about sex last week. That sounds like a fantastic idea. That's a weird statement to read.
The Jamel that we know?
Fantastic idea. A fantastic idea.
A show that's basically the first segment of Brew Strong stretched out to an hour sounds like radio gold. Cheers from Dave. Yeah, you weren't here last week, Beardy, but Jamel's been asking me for years to let him do a sex advice show. People write in and he gives advice, and
it's still a ridiculous idea.
I mean, at first I humored him for a while, like, oh wow, that's such a great idea. Just when are we going to find the time?
We got too many things going on,
And that went on for a while until finally I feel like he
got busy.
Yeah. Although I'm sure I was kind of waiting. I felt like there was an age limit for him to be able to do that show, and so like that his advice is no longer relevant.
You waited him out.
His T lowers enough where he's not thinking about it. Is what you're saying.
Have you seen Cocoon?
Yeah, true. Or just that I feel like there may have actually been a time where he could give decent advice, and now I was hoping to wait that out. My guess, though, is just that he thinks he finally caught on that I don't want him to do it. In other words, if I were to call him right now and say we're ready to do the sex show, I think he'd do it in a heartbeat. I don't care.
For sure.
I don't think he'd care how busy he is.
Oh yeah,
I think he'd do
that
it.
One heartbeat would drive blood to his wiener. That's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
I still say before you do that, you have to ask Liz if he knows what he's talking about.
Right, is she going to co-host?
Right.
Well, she just, because you know what I mean? Like, he can give advice all day long, but if it's irrelevant or doesn't work, we only know of one woman for sure.
I feel like...
And that's Liz.
I feel like his advice either comes from well before Liz, his very young years. They've been together for a while.
Right.
Which is why I'm saying maybe it's no longer relevant.
Yeah.
Or just from, like, shit he reads. Like, he reads a bunch of Penthouse Forum. And just feels like, well, I can talk about this stuff. It's no big deal.
For sure.
So, I don't know that Liz will have any valid input.
Well, on the Jamil show, we did talk about a little bit about the format and stuff, and it would be a lot of, like, guests on the show. Amateurs and professionals.
Oh, I see.
Whatever they want to wear or not wear, kind of thing.
Okay, yeah.
Be kind of
right.
If you sit on this towel, if you don't mind.
You gotta
it'd be like this studio's all that clean.
Right. You gotta call that show the Me Too show, because I feel like that's
right.
I don't know
and
if you
me.
could right.
Yeah. Well, like I said last week, we'd have to have different people, different names, whole different
right,
whole different company.
Yeah.
Could that get the Brewing Network kicked off of iTunes entirely?
No, there's worse shows. There's some pretty terrible. And if
it could make us lose, more sponsors than we already have.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I don't know if you remember, but there were sponsors that were upset even about Adam and Eve,
That's right.
coming on the show.
Yeah,
and I was just like, I'm fine to say no, pay up. But yeah, I think doing a whole subset, the Sex Network.
Oh, Sex Network.
Or just do a forum online.
Yeah.
Let him run a forum.
Geriatric sex.
Oh, don't call it that.
Geriatric sex and you.
Some things should
We're
not
all going to
change.
have it one day, Bevo. I mean,
all of
one of those things.
We're going to catch geriitis. We're going to have geriatric sex.
I mean, seriously, do you think you'll still be having sex when you're 70?
No.
You don't?
Nah.
Because you will have lost interest by then, you think?
I think I'll just be tired. I'm too tired all the time.
But you won't be doing anything else.
Right.
You'll have zero energy for any sort of activity.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think I'll just be kind of just over it.
I can't imagine a day that I'm over it. And now that's not to say it's not going to happen. I still question whether or not I will at 70. I find it hard to imagine.
Yeah.
I also find it hard to imagine sleeping with a fellow 70-year-old.
Well, yeah.
I don't expect to make it to 70, so
right.
Not my problem.
Yeah. Tasty,
you want to my professional opinion?
I want to.
Tasty's not 70.
I want to know. No,
what?
He might be. Nobody really knows.
We're not sure.
I actually know.
What I want to know is, I'm sure the drive diminishes, or does it?
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Does it go away?
No, it does not go away.
Okay. That's what I thought.
Absolutely.
Look who you're asking, first of all.
Well, I mean, at least my experience.
Self-proclaimed king of the low.
I know other old people, but very few old women. Believe me.
Yeah.
I'm with JP, and I want to wake up next to
someone your
old
age.
person. Yeah, someone my own age.
Yeah. It's tough.
You and my dad both.
That's why I married 5 years younger. Just, stave that off as long as possible.
No, but that's what I'm saying. So at 70, I should be 65, still spring chicken. I don't know.
I don't know, man. I'm not worrying. I don't even know what's going to happen tomorrow. So I'm just, one day at a time, not one decade at a time. I can't think that far ahead.
These are the things I think about.
You need a hobby.
It's life. Contemplate it. Sure.
Last time I got a hobby, I started this bullshit. So.
Start another bullshit. Yeah. The Sex Network.
Right. See, that's what'll happen.
And then monthly for a fun Instagram thing, we can chart everyone's T level, his testosterone level, and just see where we're all at. Or where they're at. I'm not going to be on it.
We should do that anyway. We should remember when we did the
White Labs,
Who's Going to Die thing? We should do a testosterone level test.
All right.
I bet Shimke has higher levels of testosterone than you do, JP.
No, I got mine tested recently. It's pretty high.
I did actually in October
very
of
high.
2016. I can look it up, I think.
What is it?
I think. I don't remember it offhand.
Double digit?
Yeah.
No, yeah, see,
But I think,
you should be in the
that's
hundreds.
normal.
What are the why would the two of you have these tests done? What things are like?
I had issues with my hormones that I had to change my birth control. So they checked.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, they checked
I did too. Well, because I'm trans. I'm transitioning.
Into a father.
Because I just get all sorts of fucking tests done. You know what I mean?
All the time.
Yeah, all the
you
time.
just sit around. You're like, well, I haven't had this one done yet.
Yeah, I just get blood tests after blood tests. So
check all those.
Right.
He'll be doing it 70. He has the energy to get tested,
Fuck
not
it.
actually have sex.
You're draining my blood. Why are you draining so much blood? Do you need that much blood? What are you, Dracula?
I think we should do this. I think it'd be hilarious to find out too that Tasty's like way above us.
I have a diagnosis, so I'd rather not get into that.
You already got it checked. What do you mean you have a diagnosis?
I know what mine is.
Oh, you already know what it is. Double digits.
Maybe yes, maybe no. See, I can't.
Let me ask you this.
One more question only implies an answer. Go ahead.
Was your level of any concern to the doctor, or did he find you to be healthy for your age?
Yeah, all the age considered, it wasn't a concern at all.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. That's good to know.
Okay. All right. I don't know how we got into all this, but
Bevs will be through the roof.
Jamil's show, which is where he's probably going to have
my testosterone's in like the quadruple digit.
All right, if you're looking for another podcast to listen to, our friend Ryan does the Branding Brews podcast. It's a deep inside look at everything that revolves around branding and marketing a brewery. Branding Brews interviews industry professionals covering in-depth strategies and topics like labels, packaging, websites, social media content, trademark, marketing, and more. Whether you're in sales and marketing or you own a brewery or you're looking to start a brewery, Branding Brews is a podcast for you. Go to brandingbrews.com or subscribe to the show wherever you like to get your podcasts. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we've got Armistice Brewing Company on the show with us, and we're going to try some, you guessed it, Beardy, some hazy beers.
Oh, dark milds.
Yeah. That's not till the next segment. But we got a lot of beer to talk with them, so hang in there. It's The Session, and we'll be right back.
You're listening to the Brewcasters on the Brewing Network.
First Amendment.
Watch out!
Do you like beer? They make beer.
Watch out!
Do you like friends and fun? They make friends and fun.
Watch out!
Do you still like to have a good time? The 21st Amendment.
Watch out!
The 21st Amendment in San Francisco, located at 563 2nd Street, 2 blocks from the building where baseball is seen and played. Try their beers in the pub or try them in the can, featuring
Monk's Blood.
Made with real monk.
Watch out!
So why not have the best time of your life? Go to the 21A and Sean O'Sullivan will personally greet you with a can of
Monk's Blood.
The 21st Amendment.
Watch out!
This advertisement is not in any way affiliated nor associated with the 21st Amendment Bar and Pub, nor its subsidiaries or affiliates. This telecast is not copywritten by the 21st Amendment for the private use of the Brewing Network. Any use of this telecast without Jamil Zainashev's consent is prohibited. Suck it, JP.
Do you know the 3 most important rules in brewing? Sanitation, sanitation, and sanitation. And no one does it better than 5-Star Chemicals. 5-Star knows sanitation. You can only sanitize clean equipment. And 5-Star knows how to clean, too. For craft brewers and home brewers, 5-Star has what you need to keep your fermenters, serving tanks, kegs, and draft lines sparkling and free of any beer-spoiling bacteria. PBW, caustic, acid cleaners, Star Sand, SaniClean, lubricants and defoamers, pH stabilizers, and more. 5-Star Chemicals has cleaning supplies, safety supplies, heat exchangers, pumps, hoses, and valves. And 5-Star is proud to offer eco-friendly products that exceed customer expectations. If you have a cleaning problem, you need the 5-Star solution. Visit 5starchemicals.com or call 800-782-7019. 800-782-7019 and get the 5-Star treatment today.
You're tuned into this session because life's too short to listen to crappy radio.
All right, welcome back to the program. Thanks so much for hanging out with us. This segment is brought to you today by craftbeer.com, celebrating the best of American craft beer. Visit craftbeer.com today for beer news and events, tasting tools, pairing suggestions, and much more. Go to craftbeer.com and check it all out. All right, as promised, we are in studio live with Armistice Brewing Company out of Richmond, California. Welcome, Armistice.
Thank you for having us.
It's good to see you all. So
Such an honor.
We've got. Let me introduce everybody so that our listeners can catch up with the voices here. It's a brother and sister duo. We've got Alex Zobel.
Oh
Listen
no,
here.
That
other
one has
way.
a penis.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Of course, you're not Gregory.
I don't have a penis yet.
Yet.
Just kidding. You never know.
Hey, what a time to be alive. You can get one.
That's right. Anytime.
Right now. Come on.
All right, let me do that again.
I actually left mine at home.
So we've got Alex Zobel.
No penis. penis.
Without the penis. And Gregory Zobel.
With the penis.
We're not sure if he has a penis or not.
He sounds like Kim.
Does sound like Kim, yeah. I have a penis! I gotta adjust all the EQ settings again. They're the founders and brewers, and Sean Crawford, their assistant brewers in studio as well.
How's it going? I'm not a Zobel. So.
Not a Zobel. The only non-family member there, which can be difficult.
The only one not in the duel.
Okay. All my partners here are family as well. I'm the only non-family member, and so far it's worked out okay. But every now and then, you got to get in there with you got to put your boxing gloves on like the rest of the family and argue.
Be like a family member.
Yeah.
You've always been this way.
I do believe that you two are the first brother-sister brewing duo we've ever interviewed here on the Brewing Network.
We've really come a long way.
So that's exciting.
That might be true.
How did this come about between the two of you? When did you decide to do this?
It's really all your fault.
Okay.
Of course, you've heard that a few times, I'm sure. We started homebrewing together when we were both living down in L.A.
Yeah, to be fair, we actually hated each other growing up.
Did you really?
Yeah, that's not a lie. A lot of people think it's just like part of making the story.
Yeah.
But like our parents were like, this is kind of a problem.
Right.
We got two people who really hate each other.
So this is super interesting to me. I also grew up arch enemies with my brother.
And how are you now?
Fucked up.
Should have started a brewery, man.
I know. No, we're good now. But until our late teens, it was bad news. And I've never really met another siblings who believed me. Because everyone goes, "Oh, well, you fought." And I'm like, no, we did not.
There was blood.
Yeah, we didn't like it.
Actually removed his spleen with an RC car.
There was some real distaste there between the two of us until we were older. So you're saying you guys, not just your normal sibling rivalry here.
Yeah, I mean, our parents, to get in the real history, they broke up when I was like 6 months old. Yeah, just an infant. And so they broke up when Alex turned 11. She moved with our dad to this shitty place called Concord.
Maybe you've heard of it.
Yeah, maybe you heard of it.
Yeah.
Still never heard of it.
Yeah, and and so that just drew us further apart, both, physically and metaphorically, I would say.
Yeah,
okay.
we straight up didn't live in the same household. So when we saw each other on the weekends, it was like...
Fuck you.
Yeah, cat and mouse.
Right. You got that bad history we share together, too.
Yeah. Same. I grew up on different sides of the country from my brother, and I would have to go visit there for a month, and he'd have to go visit here. And I should point out, he could beat my ass like I was the sissy of the group. And
no penis.
It was awful.
Yeah. Gregory knows all about that.
Well,
so at what age then do you feel the two of you started to work on this relationship?
Well, the younger brother, being myself, turned 21.
Okay.
That was the age that really began, I would say.
Yeah. So Gregory, he grew up with me sort of feeding him craft beer because I was really into Sierra Nevada at the time. Still into Sierra Nevada. They're great. I grew up sort of cutting my teeth on the Silver Bullet, whatever my older stepsister would give me. Gregory, I like to think, got to skip the shitty craft beer drinking.
She took the bullet, as they say.
Yeah. That's lucky.
I love you.
And you still hated each other?
Yeah. How old are you now?
I definitely bit the hand that fed me, but I'm 27 now.
You're 27. So, yeah, that makes sense. So you really grew up with craft beer. By the time you could drink, the shelves were full of craft beer.
Yeah, I don't even know what Natural Light is.
Right.
He calls it Natural Light, case in point.
I read it in the Bible at some point.
Right, so first of all, Alex, I love you already. Just by that. I wish we had talked about this beforehand, because I would have brought an 18-pack and made him drink it for the entire program.
I believe that's called waterboarding.
Yeah, and I'm not above it. So
me and Dick Cheney were like this. Great.
That's right. Okay, so at 21, someone reaches out and says, hey, why don't we have some beer together? And,
All right, I would say at 21, I was living in Los Angeles at the time, working in television. She was finishing up her doctorate. And she goes, hey, let's go to this place called The Local Peasant and get a beer called Lagunitas IPA.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
And
Back in the day.
And I said, fuck you. Never contact me again.
Right.
Exactly.
Phone who dis.
And then, so you start hanging out, you're having beer together, and at what point, I assume you then start homebrewing together, or what?
Well, so what ended up happening was I knew Alex was into this weird hoppy shit that I never knew anything about.
Okay.
And was like, I should get her this, homebrew kit, make her brew some beer. But I kind of want to do it, too. That kind of sounds like fun. So I get her a homebrew kit for her birthday.
Okay.
And I tell her, hey, you gotta let me brew this with you. This is part of it.
It's not a shitty gift.
Yeah, classic gift for you that you give to someone else.
Yeah.
Here's a bowling ball. It's called a homer, but don't worry about that. It's for
that
you.
dude you really fucking hate? Yeah, you gotta hang out with me now.
You're right.
Some beer. So
that's a classic little brother move, by the way.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good.
We made this beer. We made this beer. We smoked some things that I probably can't talk about.
Fish.
Oh no, I can't. It's California. We smoked some weed.
Yeah,
and,
you're fine.
Bro.
I mean, we had a great time. We were way too high to brew. I think I literally during the chilling phase, my sister asked me. She goes, "You think it's cool enough to do it?" And I go, "Oh, let me tell you." And I dunk my finger into the wort.
Wow.
Like, yep. It's good.
Hell yeah, dude. That's a rule of thumb, baby.
Literally, yeah.
That's
so,
excellent.
looking back on it now, I want to scream, but that was the origins. Alex, you can tell a little more about the...
How was that beer?
It was so disgusting.
Hell yeah.
I mean, he inoculated it with his...
Did it taste like his finger?
It tastes like his asshole.
It tastes
Never
like
tasted it. We'll
You
get
can
into the
assume.
incest juice jokes later, yeah.
Did you appreciate the gift and the sentiment that you guys would do this together?
For sure. And we fell into the hobby like hook, line, and sinker. We loved it. The expo line had just opened up, so I was commuting via light rail to downtown LA, which was still kind of a shithole at the time.
Yes.
Yeah.
At the time. It's gotten better?
Oh, none of us can afford to live there now.
Yeah, okay.
Modern Times moved in.
Right. Okay. Okay. So you were both living down there. You start home brewing.
Mm-hmm.
At some point, you moved back to the Bay Area?
Yeah. I mean, so during that time period, I think both of us distinguish ourselves. Gregory's definitely a learner by doing, really into practical knowledge. I was a researcher, trying to be an academic, reading everything I could get my hands on, listening to everything I could get my hands on, including the Brewing Network.
Alex is a doctor.
Well, that's what I heard. I didn't want to bring up that probably also could be a source of even present discomfort, that you're a failed TV person and she's a fucking doctor.
Yeah, exactly. She's got a doctorate. I'm a dropout of college dropout.
Hell yeah.
I tell people between us two masters, it's a nice way to do it.
There you go. Balance, yeah.
So Alex could do the testosterone test that we were talking about earlier.
Perfect.
I don't have a penis.
Okay. What are you a doctor of?
16th and 17th century English literature. It's like Shakespeare and Friends.
She's barely a fucking doctor.
Right. So she reads a lot.
I wouldn't worry about it.
She's totally qualified to do the testosterone test.
If you have a heart attack, you're fucked.
You're right.
Not that kind of doctor.
Okay. So you completed your doctorate, though.
I did it.
Oh, you did.
Fucking did it. That's so
you did
important.
it. You did do it. Okay.
I did it. Yeah, it's a long slog.
Yeah.
And the last 2 years, we were up at Napa taking care of our mom, who was super sick.
Okay.
At that point, we were definitely brewing as a coping mechanism, I'd say.
I see.
That was when it really all. Yeah, we were down in L.A. and our mom had brain cancer and was like,
okay,
whoa, we got to get up there and take care of her. It was basically she's got only a year or two left.
We didn't know that at the time.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of knew it. I mean, that's why we moved up in the first place.
You knew you had to get there.
Yeah, only we had a doctor to be totally fine. Yeah. We moved up there.
Were you both always close to your mother, even as you weren't close to each other?
I would say so.
I think so, yeah. I mean, Gregory got the benefit of basically growing up with her the whole time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, we moved back, and I guess, not to get too sentimental here, but it was kind of nice to show her, we're going to be okay, because that was when we really hatched the plan. Because when we were down in L.A., it was like, love to open, it'd be really cool to open a brewery, but I got this career in television. She's got this, she's going to be a doctor of English soon. She's going to be on a 10-year track job at some.
In other words, you're both going to be homeless eventually.
Yeah, eventually.
I'll be at Southern Tennessee Christian. They don't even divide Tennessee that way.
Right, exactly. Soon enough, we're going to be really sad.
So you talked just casually about the idea of a brewery.
Right.
Before you moved up here to help out your mom.
Right. It should be said all this time, listening to the brewery Brewing Network.
Oh, great.
That sucks. That's too bad.
Yeah, as if you guys weren't sad enough.
Yeah. It probably would have taken you 4 years to do it instead of 6.
Get out the grieve job. Is that what it is? Just to really give you a nice throwback.
Wow.
I hope that episode you listened to in a timely fashion, and we were able to...
I tried some new things alone that night.
Bring some comfort.
You're welcome.
What are you doing here? I'm crying and other things.
Some of my proudest moments.
It's weird. My girlfriend broke up with me. I don't know why.
Right. I believe it.
Anyway, yeah, so moved up to Napa. It was, in the romantic way, we're like brewing in this barn. Our mother lived in Napa, so it was like in wine country making a bunch of beer. And I was like, okay, well, here we are. We're sitting here just taking care of Mom. We're not really doing anything career-wise. We might as well, like, really go for this.
Right.
Start doing the business plan and all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
This seems like a bold step because, and I don't know how well you were getting along after sort of burying the hatchet, but you're going from like, now we're okay together, we've taken care of Mom, we're going to conjoin our life together further by opening a business.
We're going to get as close as we can to getting married legally. It's really fucked up.
Yeah. You're right. We're going to do something that most people get a divorce if they go into marriage.
Exactly.
Did that not cross your mind? You know, like, should we go that far?
Only after the first tax year.
Okay. Everything was still like the honeymoon phase.
Right. No, I mean, I honestly... what's the word that you like to use? Trauma bonded.
Trauma fused.
You know, I mean, like losing a parent's rough, right?
Yeah,
and like, there's nobody who's going to know about it better than your sibling.
Sure.
Especially when you're so hands-on.
Yeah.
Right. Someone's
exactly.
usually like 8,000 miles away or whatever.
But you guys are right there the whole time. And,
kind of being like, did you see this? I saw that.
Yeah.
Man, she's really losing it, right?
Oh, dear. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So at some point during this process, though, is it before Mom passes that you decide, hey, we're going to do this, we're opening a brewery?
Luckily, it was before. And I say luckily because our mom was a entrepreneur.
Yeah.
So you got to tell her.
She got to, Alex.
I read her the business plan.
Oh,
It was
cool.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
She was totally bedridden at that point. But yeah, we got to show her the vision, and I think she probably would have been an investor if she'd lived to see the day.
Wow,
but
yeah.
it didn't happen.
Okay.
But life insurance is great.
So in some ways, she was an investor.
She really was.
Good for her.
In a real
But she
way.
loves the idea.
And she was, I assume, then proud of you too. And
Honestly, like jokes aside, like just throw the business aside, just having her know that like, oh, these two are going to be okay. Like, I mean, like as I was saying before, like when we didn't get along, we really didn't get along.
Yeah.
I mean, to this day, there's still a reason the office is detached from the brewery. You know,
the screaming.
Yeah,
Gregory. Gregory screaming.
As Sean, I'm sure, will tell you later. He's sat through some interesting times.
Give Sean the microphone right now.
Yeah. Here you go.
All right, so the inside scoop here really is I try and spend as much time in the brewery as possible because I can't hear what's going on.
Okay.
It's totally fine.
But now, are they exaggerating, or do they really kind of go at it there in the office still?
I think they learned to be more subtle about it.
Okay.
While still getting the point across. I mean, that's actually probably the key.
We know each other's triggers.
I see.
Oh, yeah, well, at least parents didn't get divorced when I was born.
That's Gregory.
You broke the family up.
Can we go to break?
Right. Oh, my gosh. Well, and what do you feel like the two of you argue now about things that any business partnership would argue about, or is there extra shit?
Probably more.
Yeah, that's a great question. I think we probably do.
Yeah.
But the thing about the business partnership for just two random people who aren't related to each other, it's like, I don't know, you're a little more civil around each other.
I agree. Yeah.
As siblings, it's like, you're fucked.
Right.
I know that you can never not be my sister. And it's the same thing. And I see it in her eyes, too. It's like, you're fucked.
Isn't it
my
weird,
brother.
though, that we do that we give this additional amount of respect to people that we're not related to? We
That's
care
why we hired
more
Sean.
about their we care more about their feelings than we do our own siblings.
Right. Yeah, it's true. It's totally true.
It's a strange thing that we do.
Well,
The
in a
transparency
business,
that
legally,
you
you have to.
Yeah. Say again, Alex?
I was just going to say, you can't buy that kind of transparency.
Yeah.
Yeah. The
But
communication
that's a good
is crystal
thing.
clear.
Yeah. So that's got to be positive. You guys know where you stand 8 times a day.
Yeah, Alex. I know that Alex is never lying to me when she tells me how she feels, and she can rest assured that it's the same for me.
There's no sugarcoating.
Yeah, I'll come in. I came in. Actually, perfect example. I came in today, and Alex turns to me and she goes, "I've socialized all weekend, and I'm so fucking tired of socializing. So I'm fucking pissed off right now." And I'm like, "Okay,
right.
So I'm gonna go take some gravities."
Yeah, right.
Good morning.
That's actually. Thank you for the warning.
I appreciate it. Yeah,
it's like a car with a ton of political bumper stickers on the back. Thank you for letting me know you're a dickhead.
Yes, I'm not going to knock on your window.
Yeah,
I'm good.
Yeah, it's really she's just giving you the Carfax.
Yes. Yeah.
Of what's going on. Here's my history.
Yeah.
Here's how it's going to affect you. Shall you choose to enter into a conversation with me? You're a dickhead.
I like it.
Yeah.
How long have you two been in business together now? How old's the brewery?
What, since we incorporated?
1 year, 1 month?
Yeah, 1 year, 1 month since we've been open.
Yeah, since we've been open 1 year, 1 month, since we signed the lease 2 years, since we started planning it, 6 years.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So back in L.A. it was 6 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
And, okay.
We desperately tried to get investors, and all of our family and friends were like, no, that's a sinking ship. You two hate each other. No way.
It was because of you two, not because of the idea.
I think it was a little bit of both. I think the idea of a taproom-oriented brewery was really kind of flew in the face of a lot of kind of classical economics. You want scale. You want scale on your side. You want to distribute, get your product far and wide.
Yeah.
So when they heard, oh, we're trying to do something really small, taproom-oriented, there are margins there, check it out, that really sort of challenged a lot of the...
Okay.
Yeah, you go oh, I want to start a brewery, and they go, yeah, Lagunitas, and you go, no.
Yeah. So let's talk.
In the last 6 years, becoming a brewery tap room is the number one successful model.
Right,
now.
but 5 years ago...
Not then, it wasn't then.
5 years ago,
you had to be a manufacturer and distributed.
Yeah,
for sure.
So let's talk about that. Let's elaborate on that a little bit. You guys decided basically to be tap room only. Is that right? Yep. So that means virtually everything you sell is over your own bar.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
To put it into perspective, right now we have 6 beers on tap here at Hop Grenade. That's more beers than we've had in the entirety of 2018.
Got it. Outside of the... Okay, excellent. Yeah. I love this.
And I want to point out, not just in one location, I mean the physical kegs. That's the most number of kegs that have left
actually
the brewery in 2018.
Right. We better give them back.
Literally, Alex brought the beer here and forgot that she had to bring an invoice.
Yeah. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
Because
I don't know what
this.
I'm doing.
We
Sorry,
don't
Eric.
do it. We're
What?
like,
Want more paper? Why?
All right, so you decide on this model, and why? Why just the taproom model?
So many reasons. I mean, so economically, the margins speak for themselves. I mean, we make basically $1 per pint for a keg that we distribute, the keg that's poured at a beer-oriented tap room.
Yeah.
And we do about $5 a pint for a beer that's poured through our own taps.
Okay.
So it's really hard to say no to that. We weren't capitalized the way we would have liked to have been. I mentioned that we tried to raise money. It didn't really work out for us. So we don't have a huge system. We definitely don't have scale on our side.
How many barrel system do you have?
It's 3.5, and we double batch everything into 7-barrel fermenters. Hopefully this week we'll get a 10-barrel fermenter, which feels like the biggest expansion ever for us.
It's in the building. It's not hooked up.
Okay. All right.
But there's also, sort of the cultural aspect. We feel like beer, kind of like wine, it's an experience. We all have the same access to the same raw ingredients. There's no secrets in beer. Everyone knows how to make great beer at this point. It's really about creating... Ooh, what's that?
Well, they know how.
Okay.
Whether they choose to follow said advice.
Okay. I'll give you that.
But I agree with that. The information is available.
The information is available.
Yeah.
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah.
That part is 100% accurate.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I mean, it's really about cultivating a great taproom experience for our customers and creating a kind of culture that, encourages people to have another pint, get to know their neighbors.
Come back tomorrow.
Yeah, come back tomorrow.
Right.
Our Armistice for us is about sort of the peace offering that happened over beer. We think Heineken beat us to this, but we think that beer can bring people together.
Yeah,
it's a pretty good time for bringing people together over a pint or two.
Sure.
7.
And how's your location for that in Richmond there? Are you getting a lot of foot traffic? Is the community responding the way you hoped?
We are having a constant trouble keeping up with our beer.
Okay.
With our production.
Great.
I think the only other reason we chose that model, and probably the most important, is the freshness aspect.
Okay.
I mean, I'm sure you've heard this a million times, but I think I was saying to Tasty out there today when we were just hanging out before the show started that 3 of the 6 beers that we brought here today are no longer on tap at our bar because they're gone.
Nice.
And that's a lot of the reason why we try to keep it in the tap room. We want it to be as fresh as possible. Like if you're gonna have an IPA, if it's a month old, that's like considered ancient,
right?
Especially if it's hazy.
Yeah, it's considered really old for us. So, freshness is extremely important. We get to control the class where it is. We see, we control all aspects of that. That's one of the main reasons.
Okay. I like the model, and it seems to be working. You're both there full time?
Yeah.
In other words, you don't have other jobs.
Oh, God, no.
Yeah.
Hell no.
No, God.
It would be nice if we could.
And I want to get into the beer here quickly, but then my next question is... I don't care about you because the TV gig, that's a fucked up gig anyway.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, but you spent a lot of time on your degree, Alex. So
way too much. Opportunity cost very high.
What were you going to do, really? Like, what did you want to do? And then why did you give it up? Like, why did you decide this is a better deal?
Well, we could do a deep dive on the exploitation of the adjunct labor market in academia.
Okay.
What?
There's also there's no tenure track jobs in my field.
Okay.
It wasn't like a shining beacon of hope. I still love teaching, and I do a little volunteer professoring on the side.
Okay.
But this made a lot more sense. Turning grain into alcohol is always going to be a good business.
That's true, whether things are good or bad.
Totally.
Why did you... Now, you say that degree that it didn't have much hope anyway. Why did you choose it in the first place?
I just loved it. I love teaching.
Okay. It was for teaching, ultimately.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, and it kind of put me in touch with a really interesting drinking culture, too.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, 16th, 17th century England, this is Shakespeare. These fools, they're not drinking, potable water. They're drinking small ale.
Right.
They're all, operating on a small buzz.
Got it.
Yeah.
I like how you tie in your alcoholism with your degree.
Absolutely. Yeah.
This is what we all do, by the way.
I mean, all of our branding is, straight from the 16th century.
Okay.
So it was useful, a little bit. A little bit useful.
Yeah, I got you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I was just curious because, it's a long way to go to just go, fuck it. I'm just going to do something else,
Yeah, you hit your 30s and you're like, damn, I need to make some money.
Which debt is higher, the brewery debt or the student loan debt?
Oh.
No student loan debt, thankfully.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, no one should ever pay for a degree in the humanities. Seriously. Everyone, don't pay for that.
Good call.
Definitely the brewery debt.
All right, let's talk beer for a minute, can we? We've got 2 different hazy beers in our glass, and you guys do a lot of hazy beers. In fact, I read that you're looking to perfect you want to make the perfect hazy IPA.
It's a juxtaposition,
right? Yeah, you mean the first clear hazy IPA?
The first ever clear hazy IPA. We do make a lot of hazy beer. We actually started making no hazy beer. The first hazy beer we ever made was actually under the brand Armistice. It wasn't during our homebrew times.
Okay.
It's been a constant. I don't know if it's a battle, but we're always looking to try new things and try to just get it better and better and better. Making friends with other brewers and just discussing, showing each other's notes and trying to see what we can do.
Okay.
It's really kind of the Wild West. There hasn't been a lot of great research done on this style. So it's kind of like citizen science in a way. We're all just kind of pooling our collective knowledge and experience, which is great. It's one of the great things about the industry.
Yeah. Okay. So the first one we're going to try in our glass then is called Kiki. And tell us about this beer. Why don't we hear from Sean here? I'm sick of you two already. I'm going to start fighting with the two of you.
Are you hazy? Are you carbonated?
Sean, tell us about this beer.
So actually, the fun part about Kiki is it's one of the older beers that we've got on tap here. We kicked that was meant to be for our anniversary, and we're actually worried that it would even stay on tap long enough to be served during our anniversary. So we held back a couple of kegs just to make sure that something would go on. But I mean, this is a beer that is really fun. We like Golden Promise in our base malt, pardon me. We like to dabble a little bit, as you guys will see later on as well with our base malts. But Golden Promise just gives a very clean base for us to build off of. There's kind of a little bit quicker of a kind of pull back from the grain flavor that really allows the hops to show through.
Okay.
So this beer particularly, has Citra, Wakatu, and Motueka. Citra is a great hop. Motueka is definitely becoming one of our favorite hops, I would say, especially kind of from the Southern Hemisphere, a little bit different that we can still get pretty regularly.
Yeah, I've heard a lot about that hop recently, too. A lot of people using it. And you're just saying it's not all contracted up, like you guys can still grab it when you...
No, yeah, we're not large enough for a contract, surprise, at a 3.5 BBL system.
But that's a good thing, too, right? It means you can kind of just reach out and maybe even buy from other brewers, like who are over contracted, just get what you need?
That's what we do.
That's what
we do.
Okay.
And it's definitely something that, we're dependent on the other brewers in the industry in order to get a significant amount of the hops that we really are interested in, and that's great. That's where the brewing industry really comes together as a whole. Hey, I've got extra of this. Can someone else use it?
Yeah.
And that's something that is super special. Not everyone's hoarding things outside of a couple of special, elusive varieties.
Right, I'm sure.
If anyone's got Nelson or Galaxy sitting around, you just send us an email.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, you guys mentioned earlier that you don't typically make the same beer twice, so getting the same hops twice is not a requirement. You can just kind of like whatever you got, I'll give it a try and make a beer with it.
Exactly, yeah.
It's even to the point where we get a hop order in and we frantically do our analysis of it, because if we really like it, we know that it's going to disappear quickly from lupulin exchange. So
I'm going to get some more.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, try to get that specific lot if we can, because we don't have the buying power.
Smart.
Did that take some training as far as your customers to get them used to the kind of disappearing beers and just to trust you that don't worry, the next IPA is going to be good, you'll like it just as much?
Yeah, I think actually most of our customers love that because it gives them a reason to keep coming back. So we get the local crowd coming in again and again because they know they're going to try something new. And then we get the millennial scum out there that always wants something new. So, yeah, I think it actually really works out well. Sometimes we get some pushback like, oh, man, what happened to IPA? Where's Tesserae? But they get it. They understand that we're all about, rotating and trying something new.
Did you ask them if their fixed gear was oiled?
Exactly.
I'm okay with millennials taking over beer because eventually it's just going to come back around, and they're going to want clean, crisp.
I don't know what to do.
What's going on?
I don't know. I mean,
I feel like Kim Shimke.
I'm going to say here, hey, these millennials taking over, I noticed beer quality has increased pretty significantly after what you guys did. I mean, geez.
It was hit or miss for a while there. You're right.
I feel like the scale is just there's more breweries with less quality control, and there's some that are doing the styles that I like to drink better, and so then it feels better. But I think overall, beer still sucks.
I mean, I think it's a way of going about it, though.
I didn't know I should have been so depressed.
Jesus,
the same hot take.
I just want to clarify. Do you actually think that overall beer sucks? Okay, good. I had to stop for a second on that one.
It's all right.
Let's move right on to mild after that.
Yeah. Listen, these are all facts. Let's just move on.
Right. But so I mean, to bring it back here a little bit, Kiki is definitely a beer we made to be a little bit of a bigger IPA. It's got that base. It's a hazy beer. We want it to be full. We want it to be soft. We want it juicy. But we also want that aromatic. That's something that we focus and we spend so much time on because I've had so many great beers. They taste great, and then you smell them, and it's just literally, it's like, oh, is this water? I have no idea. And that's part of the experience. You're going to smell it first.
Yeah.
And then that's just that retronasal after you drink it. It's going to come back up and around, and it's going to make this beautiful, full flavor that pairs with the texture.
Okay.
So what's your dry hopping method to get all this aroma? It is very aromatic. How do you get all the aroma in there?
I'd say a lot of experimentation.
Absolutely.
What have you found worked?
We've changed probably about 3 times since I've been on board, that is.
So that's 3 times in 6 months.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a short time later.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, right now, really we focus a lot on rousing and interesting enough while the tank has been capped. That's been a big discussion that we've had of are you losing aromatics with the tank that's open and just bubbling CO2.
Mm-hmm.
The other part of it, too, is if you're just dumping hops in there at a certain point when you get to 3 pounds, 4 pounds per BBL of hops, what kind of...
Diminishing returns.
Exactly. Yeah. What kind of return are you getting on this beer? And really we've kind of come around to rousing the hop. So we'll harvest the yeast, drop any yeast out of there at the bottom of the tank, and then dump in the hops and bubble CO2 down through the bottom pretty vigorously. And we'll do that right now for 4 days. Not all the time. But
every day you rouse.
Every day we'll rouse for 4 days straight. And a lot of that is because we're trying to get those hops back up in suspension.
Sure.
And tasting it when that's happening, it's weird. You're getting like you pour a sample and you're like looking at it and there's just like leaves floating in the beer, and it's a pretty bitter. But you also got to remember a lot of that is going to drop out after you're done. So what are you left with?
Once it flocks, it'll flock really quick the next time. Yeah.
Exactly.
That's hard to taste along the way, though, and just go like, oh man, we screwed this up. It's going to come out. I haven't brewed very often at all, ever.
That's true.
And certainly not recently. But I did get to do a collaboration brew when I was on my trip with Phillipsburg Brewing Company, and he was doing kind of like a tribute to Blind Pig. And anyway...
never heard of it.
He...
delicious beer.
Big double IPA, put a bunch of hops in the kettle, of course, but then also did this massive hop back, and it was all flowers. And we couldn't fit enough flowers into the hop back as it was going through, and it just looked ridiculous. I thought there's no way this, because every ounce of fluid was passing through this hop back.
Right.
So first I thought it's not going to be good. It's going to be terrible. And then, of course, we tasted the wort afterward. After it was all done, he's taking gravity. We tasted the wort. And it was awful. It was the most bitter, resiny, grassy, awful thing ever. Apparently the beer turned out amazing. Because, like you said, all of those things will drop out. But to me, like, tasting it along the way would just freak me out.
So how do you know? And imagine, like, the first person to do that. The first time you do that, you go, no, I'm a idiot, dude.
Yeah,
but it's I wonder if it's the same with you, like, as homebrewers. Well, I already did it. So let's just pitch the yeast and see what
we're going to wait it out, yeah.
Or the experience that you had, it didn't taste good, but now you know that doesn't mean a thing. It might.
Right, yeah.
I mean, as homebrewers, we were known for IPA, and we won like the Mayfair award for IPA a couple times.
Okay,
never heard of it.
We used to really stir up the carboys and kind of try to do rousing.
You were rousing then,
homebrew-wise, and it really worked out for us. So this rousing's, really helped and really worked with the aroma. And it's funny that you mentioned the whole leaf, because that was something that we forgot to mention. Yeah, we're huge on whole leaf.
See, I think that's stupid. And
because of the money, right?
Wait.
So expensive.
And I told Phillipsburg this too, because of the
beer expert over here.
Let me tell you something.
But here's what I'm an expert at.
Uh-oh.
Money.
Drinking.
Making things fucking easy. It's the most difficult way to do things.
You are 100%
You have an RV falling apart. It's not easy.
It is. I don't fix it. I just leave those things on the side of the road.
Right.
I get the romance of the hop, the whole flower. Yeah. I get that you can say, well, if Sierra does it, then why can't
I?
Because it's a pain in the ass.
We literally have a production meeting every Monday, and we sit there, and it's pretty great because I come up with the agenda, so I kind of run the meeting, which is great. And I go, yeah.
It's your stand.
And I always go, I'm not going to brew today, because we all three of us brew. And I go, I think I'm going to take that brew day off because I got to do some work. And then inevitably, a couple days later, one of either Alex or Sean go,
you lazy piece of shit.
It was whole hops day.
Is there whole hops? I go, yeah. They go, fuck you.
Right.
Every time. But honestly, I think it's worth it. We used 11 pounds of Citra per batch. So what is that? That's almost 3 pounds per barrel. Hot side. Right?
Yeah.
Because we have this oversized hop back, it's probably sized for a 5 or 10 barrel brewery.
Okay.
And we just shove the shit out of it. We do no boil hops, and we get all of our IBUs out of the, surprise everybody, you get IBUs post boil.
Zero kettle
most people
hops
don't know.
in this.
Yeah, technically I guess it's not in the kettle, but the wort is above 200 degrees.
But I'm saying you're not putting any hops in the kettle.
Not for these beers.
Sean's kind of saying
there's probably a token amount.
I'm about to say sometimes we're doing Whirlpool. It depends on the beer, the occasional, but most of the hazy IPAs, and really more actually even outside of hazy IPA. Anything we want to be aromatic.
Yeah.
95 to 100% is after that burner is off.
Interesting. Okay. So then let me ask it, because I'm only coming from the I'm lazy perspective, right? So then what are the what do you feel you got out of the whole hops that you wouldn't have gotten out of pellet?
Honestly, flavor.
Okay.
Flavor's really, flavor, because we're using so much and we're passing all the wort through it. I mean, when you drink this beer, you kind of drink it and you're like, wow, there's a heavy citrus melon thing going on. And obviously, there's some fruitiness coming from the yeast for sure, but most of it, I think, is coming from the Citra. There's the only hops in the hot side are Citra.
It smells like whole hops.
Yeah. Is that salad? Is that salad smell, right?
Yeah. No, it's really good. I'm actually I'm complimenting it. I wouldn't have picked it out if I wouldn't have said, oh, I bet those are whole hops. But in trying to see the difference, it actually does smell like a bag of hops.
Yeah, we're pretty happy with it.
I want to come by your Monday morning meeting and give a 1 minute talk about how much you could get another half barrel of beer.
That's the thing.
Monetize that.
You run the cost analysis on this shit, and you're just like, wow, we're definitely not business people. That's for sure.
Right? Yeah. You're barely even a family.
Yeah, what's minimum wage? Like 13. We're making 8.
Right. So Tasty, then it sounds like you kind of agree that, whole hops, obviously everyone agrees they're difficult. Would you agree that they're not worth it? Like that there are ways to get the same out of pellets?
If I was making a competition beer, which you're not much bigger than a competition-sized batch, I would definitely use what are the best ingredients available, and that might be whole hops.
Okay.
But in terms of making money and pouring beer to the learning masses.
And that's different than what I'm asking. So that makes sense. Okay. So financially, yes, but it's possible that they're getting a quality benefit out of the whole hops.
They're given the right technique and the right hops.
Yeah. Okay.
Only different flavors.
Yeah.
You're 100%.
It's that grassy a little bit. It's the green, it's the chlorophyll, it's all that other stuff that you don't get with the pellets.
Okay.
And not a lot of breweries, because of their scale, can do what we're doing.
Yeah.
And that really is part of it. We're leveraging the fact that we're small. We're not homebrew size, but we're basically homebrew. 3.5 barrel. Come on.
Yeah.
It's not that much.
Yeah.
And so we're leveraging the fact that we're doing such small batches, and if we want to do 3 pounds per barrel hot side, we can do it.
Yeah.
Okay. 3 pounds per barrel for Sierra Nevada is fucking nuts.
Right.
It's insane.
To back up a truck every time they want to dry house.
Exactly. So,
but they might do that because they can afford it.
Yeah. And that's not to say. There are certain beers that we've done no pellet or no whole leaf hops in, and they're great. We're not saying they're not amazing.
No, I understand. Yeah.
But Kiki is a perfect example of the beer that we're drinking right now. That beer sold out in 9 days.
Wow.
14 kegs, 9 days. That's ridiculous.
Yeah. That's a lot of beer.
That's crazy.
It's a great beer.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
So for us, it's like, it's true. It's like we're not, we're not getting the 10%, cost of goods or whatever other breweries are getting. We're pushing more like 20, 21, 22.
Yeah.
But in the end, it's a great beer.
Yeah.
And
eat another grilled cheese sandwich. Or a bowl of top ramen.
Go get some top ramen. Exactly right.
And keep making that great beer.
Yeah, keep making that great beer.
My sodium is through the roof, but I made a good beer.
We're waiting for AB InBev. What the fuck? We're here.
Right.
How do you get on their radar?
Yeah. I do want to point out the great thing about making hazy IPAs. You got so many flaked oats around the brewery. Just take a scoop, add some milk in.
Right.
You're going to be great. It's going to be fun.
Healthy, too.
Then a microwave for 2 minutes. You're ready to
All right, I got to get us to a break, but I want to try the other beer before we do that because it's been in our glass. We don't want it to get too warm. But our second beer we're trying today from Armistice is Scrunchy.
That's my favorite. I love this beer.
You do?
I'm going to second that.
It's so good.
It's okay.
It's tasting great right now. It's like low alcohol enough that you can have like 4 or 5, 7, 10.
Yeah, that's
great.
a nice beer. So tell us about this one.
It's another haze bomb for us.
It is?
Yep. Of course. That's what
Are all of these considered hazy IPAs or hazy pale ale?
This one's a pale ale, but
okay.
It's got all the character of an IPA.
Okay.
But you can drink a lot of it because it's pale ale.
Only adding hops to the hop back, how do you calculate IBUs? Because that's pretty much past the effectiveness of calculators.
Yeah, you're 100% right. So for us, we calculate for a 5-minute whirlpool stand.
Okay.
That's how we do it, as whole leaf.
Okay. Have you tested that in a lab and seen that
we should
comparable?
do that.
Okay.
Yeah. I would say that, all of our IBUs are totally theoretical right now.
Yeah.
Most people's are.
Yeah, that's true.
Sure, right. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Most people's are theoretical.
So what is this one as I taste it? You don't have it listed here.
Yeah, so right now, this actually, we're drinking Scrunchy. Yeah, so right now, this
27?
is 27 IBU, well, 26 and a half IBU. We've got about 5.5 pounds in the hop back. This is whole leaf Citra once again. And then we have Mosaic in the Whirlpool, just about a half pound. So once again, we do Whirlpool every once in a while.
Okay.
And you run it through the hot back at whatever, 190, 195, right?
It's running about 205 because all we do is Whirlpool it real quick, wait for it to stop,
then
right into the hot back. So temperature loss. It says it's 210. As it goes in, it probably loses 5-6 degrees.
You consider doing it at a lower temperature to get more aroma?
Yeah, this is my dream. I would love to be running it through the chiller and back in. Yeah. I still feel like we're not getting the same hop aroma that we were getting as homebrewers with our chiller. So it'd be great to chill
because you chilled in the kettle as a homebrewer, then you added the dry.
Yeah, we did. Yep. We did literally the more beer immersion chiller and chill down to sub 180. Put them in.
Just get it below isomerization. I would love to do that. Yeah. Feels risky for us, so we haven't done it. But
no, you can add some 60-minute hops to offset that. And
that's true. But what's a 60-minute hop?
Yeah,
yeah.
You can still do that, by the way. It's still legal.
No. Eventually, we're going to get to the English beers, and then we'll talk about.
You have it. Normal beer.
Can we talk about millennial scum real quick?
Here we are.
You guys seem to know.
If that's not a beer name, I don't know.
Any of your customers listening?
Actually, interestingly, in Richmond, we don't have a lot of millennial scum. That's all in Berkeley, Oakland, that kind of area.
For our listeners, so I get notes before the show, and I noticed it in the notes, and I thought it was maybe a beer name, which is a great beer name.
Sounds like a great name.
But then I heard Alex also mention it here so far in the interview.
Contact my lawyer.
So Isn't Gregory millennial scum?
Yeah.
No. Alex is an old millennial.
Shut your mouth.
Shut your mouth. Look it up in the
I think all of y'all are millennials.
Yeah, exactly.
But you both hate millennials, even though one of you is.
It's so hot right now.
At least one of
you. They're self-hating millennials.
I listen to Frank Sinatra at home.
Okay, you're a millennial.
Get the fuck out of here. How douchey can one guy get?
Just like there were two assholes out this window of my bar the other day playing backgammon with their fucking
oldest game in the world. Don't fucking knock it.
Okay, hipster.
In one of those leather briefcase.
Of course, it was perfect. It wasn't like an old. Yeah, it was. Yeah. So, do you have a particular disdain for the kind of
your customer base? Yeah. Well, we hate millennials, but we make hazy beers.
It sounds like maybe like the stereotypical millennial. Is that a thing
on
for
my
you guys?
bird scooter?
I think the stereotypical millennial hates millennials. We're self-hating.
Bingo.
Okay, you are. Okay.
We're like Woody Allen.
Okay.
You just drank a beer called Scrunchy and Kiki.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
So you haven't produced a beer called Millennial Scum yet?
No, we do have one trademark name for our barley wine called Old Millennial. It's going to just be a picture of Alex.
Fuck you.
Partnership is done.
Yeah.
Mom like
Once
me
again,
best.
You got to be honest. That's pretty good.
That's when you throw up the peace sign and say Armistice.
I see. It's the stop all.
Oh, yeah.
I sit here and go, okay, do I need more points with Alex today, or do I need more points with Gregory today?
Right. I can see how your job is made more difficult having to figure that out every morning.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to get us to a break.
Do it.
And when we come back, we're going to try some English style.
Some real beer.
# real beer.
Yeah, there you go. All right, we are with Armistice Brewing Company. They're out of Richmond, California. You can go to armisticebrewing.com and check it out right now. They got some great photos of their beers up there. Nothing millennial scum-like on the website. I've checked it. Hang in there. It's The Session. We'll be right back.
You're listening to the Brewcasters. The Brewcasters on the Brewing Network.
Your support of the Brewing Network means everything to us. We couldn't produce shows without you. And we love giving you something extra for that support, like
Brew Your Own magazine. You already know it's a great brewing magazine full of recipes, equipment how-tos, discussions of beer styles, and brewing techniques. Whether you're new to brewing and just starting out or you're an old pro, you'll always learn something from the articles in Brew Your Own. Plus, there are amazing special issues like plans for building a Brutus 10 system, 250 classic clone recipes, and a homebrewer's answer book. Brew Your Own magazine and BYO.com are awesome resources for any brewer. Whether for yourself or as a gift, when you subscribe or resubscribe from the Brewing Network homepage, you directly support programs like this. Get a great magazine and support the Brewing Network. Subscribe to Brew Your Own right from thebrewingnetwork.com.
Are you looking for a simple brewing system that's great for all grain brewing, but everything on the market seems to be full of compromises? Blickman Engineering has the answer. The Blickman Brew Easy All Grain Brewing System. The Brew Easy is a complete system with easy upgrades and a beautiful compact design, perfect for any size brewing location. At its core, the Brew Easy is built on two gorgeous Blickman Boilermaker brew kettles, a high-temperature March pump, and either a top-tier gas burner or the new Boil Coil electric heater. The Brew Easy adapter lid allows the pots to stack on top of each other, forming an efficient, strong, and compact brewing setup that comes in 5, 10, and 20-gallon batch sizes. Upgrade your Brew Easy system with full automated control by adding a Blickman Tower of Power temp controller, and make moving around easy with the Blickman Kettle Cart. The Brew Easy is modular. If you already own a Boilermaker kettle, you can build your Brew Easy by purchasing just the modules you need. The new Brew Easy all-grain brewing system. See it today at BlickmanEngineering.com and brew with Blickman quality on your new Brew Easy.
Hey motherfuckers, this is Doug from fucking Society. You're listening to the session on the fucking Brewing Network. Fuck you.
Welcome back to the show. Thanks so much for hanging with us. I appreciate that. Don't forget about the American Homebrewers Association, and of course, they're the makers of the free Brew Guru mobile app. If you love brewing and beer and saving money on beer when you go out, you need the Brew Guru in your corner. The app offers a searchable database of homebrew recipes, including popular craft beer clones and hundreds of winning recipes from the National Homebrew Competition. What's more, Brew Guru has a searchable map of deals at breweries, beer bars, and homebrew shops. Grab the free Brew Guru app for iPhone and Android devices and follow the path to good beer. All right. I'm not perfect, but I'm getting better.
The live reads were better earlier.
Week 2.
Yeet them live reads, bruh.
Well, I've had a bunch of beer from these guys. Armistice Brewing Company still hanging out with us right now. And we've got more beer in our glass. This time...
we can see through it.
We've got we've got some English-style beers in our glass. What do you guys want to talk about first?
I guess we'll start with mild, right? Because it's the one that's right in front of me.
The dark mild?
Yeah, the dark mild. So, we've talked a lot about hazy beer. Yeah, we do a lot of hazy beer. Like I said before, we didn't do hazy beer before we were professional brewers.
Okay, yeah.
I would say English beers is really what we cut our teeth on.
Is that because of the bullshit degree that she has?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Right.
No, for real though, you can drink a shitload of this stuff. It's great. And if you're trying to develop a culture, I'm sure y'all have been to England at this point. It's great. The pub culture is fantastic. It's because people can hang out there for 4, 5, 6 hours drinking these original session beers.
Yeah.
It's the jam.
True. Did you spend any time in England drinking these original session beers?
For sure. Marking papers, getting drunk.
Nice. Okay.
Grades got higher.
I've never been to Asia.
Right.
So did the beer lead to the degree or the degree lead to the beer?
Very symbiotic.
Yeah. Okay. So as homebrewers, you then started doing these styles of beer too.
Right. I would say BJCP-wise, our highest scores were on an English dark mild. Much similar to the one you're drinking.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you still are making hazy beers. That's weird.
Right. There's something about paying rent. No.
Yeah. Because JP and 2 of his douchey friends will show up and drink the English beers.
Fuck yeah, dude.
And nobody else.
The ancient millennials.
I'll wear my fedora. I don't give a fuck, dude. Let's go.
Jokes aside. Yeah.
Codpiece though? Where's the codpiece?
Oh yeah. Well, it's a dance belt, but yeah. My pants will be too high. I'll come in on the electric bird scooter. I don't give a shit. You're smoking clove cigarettes. Let's fucking go.
Yes.
Jokes aside, I would say our highest amount of conversion, like from not beer drinker to beer drinker, happens on hazy beer.
Beer?
Yeah. And then we start introducing them to the other stuff.
See, I've heard, anecdotally, I've heard that too about the hazy beer, is, a bunch... Most often it's people saying, oh, my wife didn't like IPAs until we had this hazy beer.
Yeah, it's like coffee beer and training wheels.
And a lot of times they're usually asking me why. They can't quite put their finger on why. By they, I guess I mean new craft beer drinkers, too. And so, yeah, at both here and in our Hop Grenade in Fort Collins, when I'm asked, they actually want to know, why does my partner now like this style of IPA and never liked IPAs before?
Sean can talk about this. Yeah, I was going to say, Sean could talk about this. It's called 4-Plato finishing gravity.
Okay.
I love dry beers. I'm just not the target beer audience.
Yeah.
Is what it comes down to. And so you make this bigger beer. It's got a higher finishing gravity, but it's also very aromatic. It's softer. It's rounder. It's not, we're not in that race for the 90, 100, 110 IBUs anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And so you come in, I've watched it so many times, which is awesome with our tasting room. Our tasting room staff knows someone comes in and goes, oh, I don't like IPAs. They just walked into a admittedly IPA-focused brewery, and it's just, oh, let me pour you something.
Yeah.
And it's immediately, once again, it's that smell, it's that taste, it's all of the aromatics. It's great. We get them in, either they love it or they don't. And then actually what happens after that, if they don't like it, they go then, hey, what's your lightest beer?
Okay. Got
and
it.
a lot of times that's going to be one of our English beers.
Okay.
Not always, but we want it to be as often as possible.
Okay.
And you either catch them with that first one of a super aromatic, super tasty, big soft beer, or you get them with this little bit drier, more balanced, I would say, actually. I mean, English beers are definitely not, super dry, but at the same time you get a little bit crisper character out of them. You get a little bit more grain character, not a lot, hop influence if you're looking for a hop influence, but if you don't know what you're looking for, you're just going to take this nice soft,
just a good balanced beer.
Yeah,
exactly.
So you're saying that the hazy beers are your number one converter of new beer drinkers to craft beer, but your English ales are your number two.
Right. Yeah. I
Is that because that's the only two styles that you make? Because English beers fit that bill.
Yeah. We also make carbonated water.
We do. We don't sell it.
You joke. No, we make saisons, which we really love, and we're really passionate about that. We'd love to get into more sours. We've done the kettle sour and things like that.
We do a lot of stouts. We always have
we do a lot of
on.
stouts. Yeah, we have a stout on always. But the English beers is something that I'd say Alex and I really do have a passion for. I would say our customer base doesn't have a passion for it.
Our regulars do though. Like they're trying to spend a lot of time in the tap room, and you can't spend a lot of time drinking hazy IPA.
Yeah,
bingo.
Yeah.
That's a good call.
So,
do you dry hop this mild?
No,
you don't.
No, we do not.
You say that like it's a crime, but but an English mild actually would be dry hopped in the cask.
That's true.
Could be. Like the English Golden Ale is really the style that has evolved to fit the American Pale Ale style. That's evolved to accommodate great new hops, dry hopping processes, etc. The mild is just all about being malty, very easy drinking, and that's what we're trying to do with this beer. With the Golden, which we'll get into later, definitely we'll experiment with dry hopping. We'll change up the base malt, all that. But this is really about a malt forward experience that's still going to finish dry on the palate and is going to be something you can nurse for 3 or 4 hours.
All right, I'm going to argue with you right now.
Do it.
And I think also because you guys have the option to experiment with this, and it sounds like it's what you like to do anyway.
Mm-hmm.
What do you serve out of at the tap room? Bright tanks or kegs?
Kegs.
Oh, it's going to be a problem.
We have casks.
The king of easy over here.
Yeah.
Shit. I got to clean some kegs. Damn it.
You need to put some hops in the cask. You need to put hops in finished beer. I'm not talking about a lot. I'm not talking about what you're used to. But I didn't really love the mild style until I had it with hops out of the cask. And it's still a malt beer. It's still malt forward, but you have this like awesome fresh. By the way, you guys have some nice hop flavor in this already. Yeah. I think it's really nice. But I think you'd enjoy it if you threw some fresh hops in the cask.
I actually think you're 100% right. Cask ale is something that we are very passionate about and something that we so desperately want to do more about. We've only tapped one cask since opening, which is really sad. Like Dave McLean, for example, we all know him. He's one of our heroes. I would say that Alex and I mourn Dave McLean leaving Magnolia more than any other brewery selling out. It was like we just, my girlfriend couldn't talk to me for a week. It's like, no, it was not the time.
Too soon. We lost Dave.
We lost Dave.
R.I.P. to one of the good ones.
You know what I mean? So
he's in a better place now.
He's in a better place now. That's true. Yeah, that's true. However, you're right. Dry hopping cask is something that we really do want to do. I'd say in our wildest dreams are like first, the expansion soonest it would be opening like a cask program, like actually having a full cellar,
right?
Where we can have somebody who's like dry hopping casks and dedicated to that kind of
a real cellar person. I don't know if any of y'all have read Cellarmanship.
It's harder to read than the water book.
It's worse than the water book.
It's on my toilet.
We love
right
Colin.
now.
We're huge fans of Colin. Obviously,
love
a lot of time in Napa.
Jamil,
We love Colin.
Yeah.
Wow, fuck that book.
Yeah. Well, the beers, I really like this mild. And you already do have some good hop flavor in there. It's just that fresh, that's what, when I think of especially a dark mild like this, I think of that like fresh hop flavor too.
Totally. Right.
Now I do.
Yeah.
Before I just thought of like dingy malt that was old because most people besides Dave didn't make good English milds over here.
Well, maybe put a cask kegerator in here. We'll bring a dry hop version of it.
So, and with all my advice, here's why it's shitty. We've done that, and
you
then
don't make money.
We don't sell. Yeah, the whole
Exactly.
the things like left over. That's why I was trying to figure out a way for you guys to have like serving tanks instead that you could put some fresh hops in. That's why I was asking about if you're using bright tanks or what you're serving from.
Do you
because
have
then you
breathers?
could. Us? No, we don't even know.
Breathers on your casks?
We don't have casks. We've brought in. I was saying we tried it like where we brought in a cask, just like a one-off, and then of course
You're the reason
never,
Dave left.
It never sells.
You did it. You killed Dave.
Yeah, I don't. So I don't want you guys to get into casks. I want you guys to do like a modern day version of it. I want you to have some kind of serving vessel.
Take pony kegs, or the homebrew style.
Yes.
Yeah? Right.
Oh, the homebrew. No, stop making my life difficult.
What do they
no,
call corny kegs?
The corny kegs.
Corny kegs.
Yeah. No. No.
You can do it in cornies.
No.
It's so easy.
No, I'm asking you to figure this out.
Listen, I will come out here and build that line for you, and it will take me longer to park than it will for me
We don't have other accounts. It's fine.
We are your
All right.
nightmare.
If I ever invite you back, then maybe we'll do it for that night. I'm just trying to make an already wonderful beer more authentic. That's
What
all.
if you use Randall on an English beer?
Randall would work.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't think it would work.
He's a
Well, you
good guy.
said you're just missing that whole hop character, like you would.
You have to push the CO2 or like nitrogen so it doesn't carbonate the beer.
And with the Randall, now we're going overboard. Now you're running just everything through this chunk of hops, and I think it's I'm no expert, but I think it's a real like subtle amount of hops that go into this cask that is then delivered to an English pub and served. The only difference is that they go through that cask in a day or two, so it's no big deal. That's why you have to have some sort of serving vessel that can.
They're all cheating on camera and using breathers.
Oh, is that? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
I believe that.
right, yeah.
I believe. But fuck camera. I don't care about camera. I
But
care
this is
about.
America.
Yeah.
Good beer in a glass.
Make England great again.
What's camera ever done for me? Anyhow, the beer's still great. Tell us more about the mild without my stupid advice.
I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't fucking do it. Yeah, you're welcome.
Finally.
Yeah.
So the surprise ingredients in this beer is biofine. No.
This is stupid.
How dare you, sir?
No. I mean, for all the homebrewers out there, a lot of crisp marisauder, biscuit malt, flaked wheat. We got some Crystal 50 in there, a little Special B, and chocolate malt. Just EKG at 15 minutes. Not that much, just enough to bring it into balance. And actually, I would say the most surprising part about this beer is fermented with the same yeast that we ferment all of our hazy beers with.
Okay, yes. Which is what?
This is the Vermont strain. It would from
Conan.
Yeah, Conan, or from East Bay. It's WLP 4000. And so, don't believe what anybody tells you. You can make it drop right if you really want it to.
Okay.
If you keep the protein down a bit.
Right, exactly. And it is an English strain.
And do you buy fine this beer?
Oh, yeah, we do. Yeah, we do buy fine this beer. We also...
vegan.
Yeah, we're vegan as fuck.
No fish.
Over here. Unfortunately, we didn't bring you Tesserae. Well, Tesseray's here. We didn't bring it out here today, but we have BioFind IPAs. Oh, my God.
You do?
Yeah.
Do they sell still?
Oh, God, yeah.
People still love it.
Actually, ironically, our non-hazy West Coast Double IPA is the only beer that we've brewed multiple times.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, it's that beer. It's like, okay, shut up. I'll fucking brew it.
Yeah. We got your West Coast IPA.
Yeah. Okay. So we try to keep these beers around. We're big fans of them. I wish people cared about them more.
Me too.
Yeah, they really don't.
I would drink a pint every time I can buy your place.
And that is,
even though I know when to drink an IPA eventually.
That is how we know who's in the brewing industry. I kid you not. It's like when somebody comes in, they order the mild thing, especially if they're alone. It's like, bingo, I guarantee you that person works in the brewing industry.
Immediate industry
because they know.
Yeah.
Well, Wish in one hand and
now you know the
BJP
secret,
in the other, and you're fucked.
Yeah.
Right. Basically.
Yeah, and you got shit on your dick. What? Is that how it works?
Yes,
you got two tired hands.
Eventually, it all comes around again, and
who comes around? All these people coming asking, what's the haziest beer you got?
Right.
You're
you can only say
right.
we don't make a hazy beer so many times before you realize I gotta make some freaking hazy
I'm
beer.
losing some money right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, hey, look at Russian River, dude. They're making hazy beer now.
Yeah.
Come on. I mean, Blind Pig. Like, why should you drink anything else than Blind Pig if you're at a bar?
So good.
Because people are,
idiots.
Yeah. Or they want something new and whatever, and you can't say no to making some cash.
Yeah. Exactly.
All right. What's the next beer in our glass? Another English ale, right?
Yeah, we're moving on to Brexit Strategy.
Great name.
I honestly don't know how much you've talked about Admiral Malting here, but
so we're going to get them on the show soon. We haven't talked about them too much, but both Ron and Dave, the owners there, are favorites of mine, and I like they have the tap room now.
Oh, we love
the rake, yeah. Which is a cool spot. So anyhow, great people. But for our listeners, they are a local maltster run by Dave McLean and Ron Silberstein.
One of those.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Once again, we don't want to give up Dave.
Fucking Ron. But anyhow, they opened this maltery, and they're providing local malts to brewers. So you guys are using some of their...
Yeah, I mean, honestly, we can't underline this enough. Beer has been an industrial product since the Industrial Revolution in the 18th century, 19th century. This is really revolutionary for us, being able to brew with local malt that's locally malted. It really is changing everything for us.
Okay.
10 years ago, you couldn't get floor malted malt that wasn't from England.
Yeah.
And now you can. You can get floor malted malt from Alameda.
Which is
it's
is
really
what,
mind-blowing.
15 miles from where you guys are located, about something like that. Okay,
about 3-hour drive.
And it's California grown malt too.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Dry farmed, in accordance with our current climate strictures. It's pretty amazing. This beer is kind of like a blend of base malts between Golden Promise, which is like an English heritage malt. It's not Maris Otter. It doesn't have the breadiness of Maris Otter.
Mm-hmm.
But we're blending that with our local Admiral Maltings malt, and we think it creates the perfect backbone for an English style golden ale.
Okay.
Which really uplights East Kent Goldings, which is our preferred malt or our preferred hop for for an English style ale.
And the same Vermont ale use?
No. This is 002. Honestly, mild
good old
thing,
folders.
Yeah, mild thing this last time around was only because we couldn't get a pitch of the 002. We prefer 002 every time. It's got this sort of unquantifiable English ale ester. We cannot put our finger on. I still don't get it in the mild thing. The original mild thing is still my favorite. I'm glad that you all are liking it right now. still doesn't have that
Gotcha.
that perfect.
Yeah,
mushy
I had a
flavor.
question about what fermentation temperature you used when you did the dark with the Vermont.
Just our typical 68.
Strict 68.
And same you do with the 002?
Yeah, so our main fermentation profile with 4,000, which is our Vermont strain, is about 68 till 30% is done, and then we free rise. So it gets up to about 74 during the free rise.
Have you considered hopping this?
You should
Dry
hop it.
That's what I'm saying. If you want to hop
You're
an
such
English
a millennial.
style, it's a
Just
golden.
add hops.
It's a golden
Come on,
ale.
man.
Why the fuck not? I just don't want to pay for it.
But put the hops in the
exactly.
keg. Put the hops in the keg, not in the ferment.
Right. Yes, all of the hops.
Yeah.
Just don't.
I didn't realize we had so many brewers.
Yeah, don't hot side hop at all.
Well,
Only
no.
cold side hop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you're totally right. I mean, that's essentially a hazy IPA. I hate to break it to you. But, it's an English yeast. It's, like, nice and clear, and then you add hops.
Now I love hazy IPAs.
Yeah, shit.
I'm on the fucking bandwagon.
But, yeah, you're totally right. I mean, this would be amazing with dry hops. Only then,
I was just kidding. I think it's fucking fine, dude.
It is a good beer.
Yeah. It doesn't sell fast enough.
They're two different styles entirely, but just if I had to choose one, my favorite is a Mild Thing. Is that what it's called?
Mild Thing.
You should have tried it with the.
It's a damn good
I
beer.
like this one better.
You like this one?
Better.
Yeah.
What do you like about it?
It's a little less malty on the back end.
Okay.
Cleans up a little bit. It's a little bit lighter.
Yeah. A little drier.
And just my current palate climate, I really enjoy this right now.
That's that Golden Promise, right? That kind of, isn't that what you said you have in this one?
Yeah.
Kind of dry out, clean up a little bit.
Yeah.
I like the malt character in this beer. Another 10 I've used, and I would change its name to like an American IPA.
Right.
You probably saw a lot more.
Do it.
and no one would argue with you.
Nobody go like, it's not an American IPA. Like, what do you know?
No, it would sell better, but by far.
If we just don't change the name and call it New England IPA, it's good to go.
Call it Old England IPA.
What if you just
Name matters.
What if you just called it England IPA? First of all, most of us, especially millennials, are too stupid to realize you left off the word new. They'll just assume it was there. So New England IPA, and it would just sell. It doesn't even have to be accurate. It doesn't have to be right.
Honestly,
I don't know what
IPA,
fucking Dr. Alex here thinks over here.
I
But
don't care. Whatever. What sells? We're
Everyone
trying to make
knows,
money
like,
now.
you want the beer to sell 30% faster. You just put IPA on the end of the name.
Yeah.
You're good to go.
Not even just put PA. People, I'm telling you, you can leave out these things and they just fill in the blank that it's already there.
IRA, and then people will misread it.
Even that'll sell.
Yeah,
doesn't matter.
But they won't get as many likes on Instagram if they take a picture of this beer.
That's no
you are
photos allowed.
100% right.
But then you just put a sign in the brewery: no photos allowed.
You've seen our Instagram. You know how
no beer.
I've never.
It's so, you haven't? Good.
No.
Don't look at it because honestly, it's like I'm going to take a photo and it's so sad. You can see like, oh, this is a clear beer,
right?
And then I'm going to take a picture of a hazy beer. The amount of likes between those two,
my God.
It's unfucking believable.
Dude,
It's
I'll
really
go through
amazing.
like the search on Instagram just because I'm bored on the toilet or whatever, and every time I see like these like juice milk shit, I actually literally will fucking hide accounts.
That's good.
Because I never want to see that bullshit come through. It turns my stomach. I don't want to see it at all.
This is why you haven't heard of us.
When we were,
That's probably true. I like a lot of terrible things. I like coming into here. I mean, I don't really like doing that, but I like this beer, which is not terrible, and I don't like those other beers.
during the build out, we were like building out the brewery, doing the
Oh my
glycol
God, I
plumbing,
love this
and like I made some delicious summer gazpacho.
Yeah.
And showed up, and took a picture on our Instagram with the gazpacho in a pint glass, and was like, new hazy IPA. So many likes. I don't think we've ever reached that many likes.
The most
it was
liked
insane.
photo. The most liked photo.
Literally
in our build-out.
gazpacho.
Jesus Christ! Why that should be the name of a fucking the beer then?
Gazpacho.
It's gazpacho.
This.
Yeah.
It looks good to them.
Yeah,
Can't deny it. It
it's
looks
amazing.
good.
Does that mean we get to put crab into the kettle? Because I'm okay with that. Just whole dungeon is crab. Just right in there.
The more we drink tonight, you just keep asking for stuff, Sean. I bet it happens.
Back to the whole not caring about cost. Let's put the crab in.
You just ask. Before you guys leave here today, there's going to be cactus and crab and kittens.
And we're going to be poor. It's going to be great.
You can probably find kittens
Still
for
be
cheap.
maintained.
Do you guys live in Richmond?
I do.
Okay, so you're doing all right.
Yeah.
You can afford it there.
Well, Richmond is kind of expensive now.
Is it really?
I'm not even kidding. Like,
Are you Richmond or Point Richmond?
I'm Portman.
Yeah. No, you're Point Richmond.
Sorry, you're asking if I live in Richmond. I'm not a rich man. I'm poor.
But you're Point Richmond.
Yeah, I'm Point Richmond.
You're fancy Richmond.
Whatever that means.
It's the fancy part.
You get the gun pointed at
this
you.
is the sad part. I actually live over the hill of Point Richmond, so regular Richmond doesn't want me. Point Richmond doesn't want me. They're like, fuck you.
Alex doesn't want you.
Over there. Alex doesn't want me.
But Marshawn, though, he's like,
Marshawn lives in my neighborhood.
Okay.
I've seen him at the gas station.
What's a Marshawn?
Who?
Yeah, Marshawn Lynch, that guy who throws the ball. Or no, he catches the ball and runs it.
Wait,
football.
This guy who
American football.
who runs the football with dreads.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
Lives here.
That's
one.
cool.
Because you're a Liverpool fan.
Yeah.
He lives around here. And, he doesn't like to talk to me. I've said hi. He's like, fuck you.
He's like, fuck English ale, bitch.
Yeah.
Get out of my way.
Did you tell him you brew hazy beers?
No, I told him.
Maybe then he would talk.
Then he would have been like, what's up?
Hey,
I actually prefer still RO water. Get out of my fucking face. With your autistic water beer. Get out of here.
Yes, I live in Richmond. It's great. Actually, I love it there. I can't afford it, but that's okay.
Well, I was just thinking you don't have to make too much yet because Richmond's still affordable for the Bay Area.
Dude, honest to God, 500 is your start.
No, it's not.
Is it now? Is that right?
Thank you, Bevo.
Thank you, Bevo.
500? That's cheap for a
one bedroom.
For a one bedroom, what?
Right.
Apartment.
$500 a month?
$500,000 to buy one.
To buy a one-bedroom condo apartment thing?
I'm talking like you want to buy a condo.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Why is everybody moving to Richmond?
Because there's nowhere else to go, dude.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, it's like, where are you going to go? Berkeley? No. Those hippies? Come on.
Right. Worst kind of millennial scum.
Jesus.
I got to catch up on some live reads real quick. Beersmith. Get your free 21-day trial of the Beersmith brewing software. They're now in version 3, Beersmith 3. Support for mead, wine, and cider. Also a water profile tool built into the recipe builder. Mash pH estimation and adjustment in the recipe builder. New support for hop whirlpool additions, including time and temperature for each item. So you can start to calculate what those late addition hops do. Go to beersmith.com today and get your free 21-day trial.
There you go, guys.
Yeah.
Whirlpool edition calculator.
See? Right there on Beersmith.
I brought my computer.
Yeah, check it out.
I love that mash pH adjustment. Are you kidding me? Man,
Yeah.
that thing's great.
Have you used it?
Every brew.
Yeah. Excellent.
Every time.
All right. Do you guys want to get in a fight before we have to go? Or
Oh, yeah.
Is there Jello involved?
It's got the best kind of sibling fight is a Jello fight.
Yeah, but why don't you pull that shade and get the Jello?
Yeah, we don't want to show the kids.
All right. We're going to take a break. We're going to come back, though. Don't we have more of your beer on tap?
Dude, I would love to give you more beer and
Tesseray.
yeah. You want to try some more clear beer?
Yeah.
I have this. Yeah, we got this beer called Tesseray.
Okay. And it's on tap here.
It's on tap
At the Hop Grenade.
Yeah, apparently.
People can come down right now and try it.
At the Grenade.
Whoa, can we say that? I don't know that we can say that. You
Sounds
can
like
say
an IPA.
But
All right, so let's do
We
this.
brought it up. You can
We're going to
chime
take a
in.
break. We're going to come back. We're going to try more beer with Armistice. Hang in there. It's the session.
You're listening to the Brewcasters.
Brewcasters on the Brewing Network.
Since 1979, Williams Brewing has offered the finest equipment and freshest ingredients and the best customer service in the business. Check out their brand new patent-pending Mash and Boil 110-volt electric mashing and boiling unit. This compact all-stainless unit lets you mash, sparge, and boil just about anywhere that has a 110-volt plug. Double-wall construction adds to efficiency and safety, and a precise thermostat keeps temperatures where you want them. Unlike insulated buckets and converted coolers, multiple temperature rest mashing is easy to do, all for under $300. They also feature the Mark II work pump, a magnetic drive high-temperature pump that does the work of pumps that cost twice as much, as well as exclusive Brewer's Edge regulators and quality Keg King kegs and disconnects. Check them out today at williamsbrewing.com to brews their vast selection.
Hey, my brewing brothers and sisters. This is Jamel Zanishev, and I want to tell you about Heretic Evil Twin. You might be familiar with my homebrew recipe, which uses massive late hopping to create a balance between the malty sweet and the hoppy bitter, along with an outrageous malt and hop character. I wanted a beer with the same bold hop and malt character, so we played around with the homebrew recipe until we were able to make a great commercial version too. We've created a beer rich in malt character, full of caramel, toast, biscuit, and an ever so subtle roast note. On top of that, we piled in an insane amount of Citra and Columbus hops at the end of the boil, as well as in dry hopping. This damn-the-cost approach to hopping gives Heretic's Evil Twin a great blast of citrus and tropical fruit that can't be matched by any other hop. The result is a bold, malty, hoppy, but easy-drinking beer. This is our top seller, our flagship beer, and I couldn't be prouder of it. Cheers.
To find Heretic beers near you, click on Find Some at hereticbrewing.com.
Brewcasters are back.
And it ain't 401 beer.
Whatever.
All right, welcome back. Thanks for hanging out with us. And thanks to our good friends over at White Labs. God, I love those people. Want to learn more about the microbes responsible for making sour and farmhouse beers? If so, join White Labs at their Asheville facility or online through their webinar September 11th and 12th for their new Sour Beer Essentials Workshop. 2-day workshop will explore all the finer points of fermenting sour beer, intricacies of handling the yeast and bacteria, the history and traditions of these beers, and so much more. For more information, check it out at whitelabs.com/education. That's whitelabs.com/education. All right, we are still hanging out with Armistice Brewing Company. You can go to, if I didn't tell you already, armisticebrewing.com and check out their location and the beers that they're pouring and some lovely photos and everything you need to know Armistice, except for what you've learned here.
The photos are okay. I mean,
they're decent.
I take care of the photos. Alex does the writing.
She does the writing?
Yeah.
Should we check her writing right now?
Oh, my God. Please do.
What should I look
I mean, did you
Well,
notice?
we're about to try Tesserae.
Did you notice? Oh, shit.
Okay, first of all, it's too fucking long, Alex. It's a novel.
Sorry, I burped.
Let me try. Here we go.
Yeah, please. A dramatic reading by Justin.
This is not a good way to start.
I love it. No, I'm very
like,
excited.
Like a picture
Please.
of our
Tesserae! Often backed with gold leaf foil.
Oh.
Tesserae are the cube-shaped pieces of glass used in mosaics in late antiquity.
Oh, fuck.
This beer is likewise evocative of the rich, luminous effect of gold on glass. An English heritage malt called Golden Promise provides a malty sweetness that finishes clean and uplights the hops.
Promises.
Mosaic and Eldorado hops in the Whirlpool and dry hop editions. Mosaic brings a bright medley of berries to the nose, along with tropical fruit notes such as mango and pineapple. Eldorado, named after the mythical city of gold that eluded imperialists and plunderers for centuries, complements the tropical notes in Mosaic and adds watermelon, unripe stone fruit, and citrus zest. Chapter 2. A resinous band of pine sap runs through the back end of this beer in a nod to danker iterations of the style. Chapter 3. It is a refreshing and drinkable take on a big, bold ale. The explanation...
Oh my God, you're still going.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You can thank Alex. The explanation may border on the... Okay, you got me here.
Byzantine.
Thank you. I was going to go Byzantine.
Back to history school for you.
We asked on my vocabulary level.
I like how, by the way, she knows it by heart. She's like, it's Byzantine, shitface!
She's mouthing the words along as you're reading.
It's actually part of
Fucking
the...
bachelor degree,
part
asshole!
Part of our taproom lineup. We read these.
The explanation may border on the Byzantine, but the beer is straightforward and solid gold. How are you going to put straightforward at the end of that whole thing?
Well, you nailed it.
I don't know.
It's, you
had me at medley.
Turn that mic. It's a beautiful description.
Yeah.
What does Tesserae mean? What's Tesserae from?
Well, I think we're out of time, actually, so moving on to the next segment.
Adam and Eve.
Where's that cue music? You're listening to the session.
It's a good thing we didn't do the descriptions at the beginning of the show. Yeah.
I think she mentioned what it was in the thing you were reading.
I didn't catch anything.
Some gold leaf thing in mosaic.
Something about mosaics, yeah.
Something mosaic test.
Oh, yeah,
ray.
pretty much
Everyone
shaped
else
pieces of
understood.
glass used in mosaic.
Well,
You got a sharp staff here.
right after you said mosaics, I tuned out and started getting on
you do
Instagram.
well on
Just mind you that this is one of the beers we opened with, so people read this on day one.
Wow.
And they still came and bought
Exactly.
it?
It's a fucking miracle. Here we are. Turns out education has not failed us.
No, they never had it.
We did it.
I just want to see if this is a one-off or they're all like that.
Does it have?
Oh, God, no. It's not a one-off.
Tell me it doesn't have mosaic hops in it.
Oh, for fuck's sake, they get longer.
Yeah.
But you guys actually missed one of the greatest things of Brexit strategy. Of course, we can never live down Theresa Maybe.
Yeah, I do think that we're going to end up making a coffee table book. It's the picture of the beer with the long description. It's going to be 300 pages. At least.
I think there's nothing, if... I don't even know how to say this. If you want to really expand your business, pretty sure book publishing is the way to go.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
History has shown.
Yeah. So,
books are the way in 2018.
You got the brewery... Beer's making money hand over fist. You guys are driving all 2 Teslas each. Book publishing. Let's go.
Hand-bound
In
books.
2 words,
Right.
make money.
You have no idea how many times you've turned down Amazon for publishing.
Oh, wow.
It's sad.
You know what else you can make with a printing press? Just saying.
There's a little movie, How to Do It, called Goonies. And if an 11-year-old Asian boy can spot that it's counterfeit, then it's no good. Actually, I think Mouth did, but it's fine.
Yeah.
I feel like Tesserae was the perfect example, though, of the
You won that one.
the elaborate writing. I'm looking at the others, and they're all quite good and somewhat elaborate, but
she wasn't feeling herself quite as much.
I feel like you weren't
the first one. What's the first one?
You
right?
weren't as expressive as you were on day one.
So the funny thing is, Alex. So out of respect, Alex always gives me like the final, take the final read.
I see.
First off, I dropped out of college, right? So I don't know what half this shit means. And I read it. I go like, Tesserae, and yeah, mosaic. Okay, it's good. And then later, people are like,
how about citrus salad though?
Yeah. Oh, citrus salad was one of the better ones. Citrus salad was amazing.
That's not on here for me to read.
I feel like if you're going to give anybody a final read on something, it's going to be your target audience. College dropout millennial.
Can I read you guys?
I feel like that's just what you got, right?
Can I
Can
I read you citrus salad just once?
Yeah.
Does this resonate with you?
Can we get a glimpse of your voice though? Like how? How you know?
Like I said, he was in film.
Right. So this could be
behind
good.
the camera
in one film.
Okay, guys.
Ready.
Here we go. Introducing Citrus Salad, Citra Hazy IPA. PSA. Everyone knows this tragic statistic, but it bears repeating. Every 14 minutes, a cis white vegan woman dies from lettuce asphyxiation. The medical community has correlated this high mortality rate among
mortality.
Excuse me, I can't read.
Why can't they have high morality?
Excuse me.
He reads perfect for a college dropout.
But have good morals.
Hold on, I got to go get my degree.
Now I know you dropped out of film school.
/ literacy.
Sorry. Excuse me, guys. The medical community has correlated this high mortality rate among...
Mortality! You have 2 chances. What the fuck?
I feel like this is a bit they worked on before they came in. Like,
this high mortality rate among CWVW. That's, once again, cis white vegan women, with cultural rather than biological determinants. The co-occurring behaviors of laughing and salad eating put CWVW at elevated risk of choking. Here at Armistice, we're serious about prevention, so we developed a safer way for this vulnerable population to consume their leafy greens. This IPA is packed with full of nearly 5 pounds per barrel of 100% whole leaf citra hops. Now, CWVW don't have to choose between their health and safety. They can drink their salads by the pint. While our beers aren't nearly as dangerous as salads, please avoid laughing while drinking to mitigate the risks of drowning. Try smiling. Just kidding. Never ask a woman to smile. Seriously, don't. And
I like this one, Alex.
I know your fans can't see the beautiful photo of the cis white vegan woman that is my girlfriend drinking an IPA with a bowl full of Citra
And her yoga mat.
Oh, true stereotype.
All right, it's on there.
I was putting her on camera.
It was on camera right there. We got it.
We got it.
Let no good doctorate go to waste.
Oh, yeah.
It was basically based on, everybody knows those like stock photos of a woman eating salad and bopping herself on the nose with the fork and like, ooh.
That's a great rendition of that.
Yeah. We tried real hard. It was beautiful.
All right.
I hated the beer.
Tell us about Tesserae before we have to go. Yeah. It's great beer.
Thank you very much. This is Golden Promise is a base malt, just a little bit of flaked oats and Munich for coloring. And then we've got some Eldorado, Mosaic, a little bit of Cascade there. Hot side. Of course, hot side, we're going to include, some flame out additions here. And then dry hopped with Mosaic and Eldorado as well. Kind of left the Cascade out there on the side. And crystal clear. I mean, this is also
This is the West Coast IPA that you've rebrewed a few times.
This is the West Coast IPA we brewed multiple times. It's definitely the beer that has seen the most returns to our taproom.
Okay.
It's definitely one of our more requested beers.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense.
And it's also, nice true to West Coast fashion. It's definitely 001. We moved away from Vermont on this guy just to give it a little bit more character. Definitely gets out of the way. It's not overly bitter. It's definitely still kind of more in line with, once again, focusing on those aromatics that we really care about.
Mm-hmm.
These aromatics, like I'm not just saying like, oh, you smell it and then you taste it. It doesn't taste like anything. Those aromatics pull all the way through. And that's a big thing for us.
I think you achieved the hazy IPA character without all the haze. It has a really round, smooth, like you said, it's not very bitter at all. But I still would consider it a West Coast IPA.
Wait, what?
You achieved it without the haze.
You can make juice in a clear beer?
Yeah.
Ask Altamont.
Can you believe it? Yeah.
I think you're right. We actually, as I said before, we didn't do hazy IPA from the beginning. This was one of the beers we opened with, and it's probably our most requested beer, I'd say, to this day.
It's really nice.
It's nice. Richmond doesn't really know much about West Coast IPA. It's kind of like they're like 2005 as far as like how far up the craft beer ladder they are right
roasted
now.
the entire fucking
Wow.
city.
Way to go.
You think you get on Twitter and you bust some dude or two and 5 people read it? No, dude, the entire city just got it.
Take that, customer base.
Wow.
We're just about to announce Black IPA.
Wow.
Wow.
Excuse me, Cascadian IPA.
Of course.
No, Black IPA.
Cascadian Dark Ale.
Cascadian Dark Ale.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
How dare you?
I like this beer.
It was actually a mistake. I want to hear a nice story.
Now we can finally start being honest about this beer.
It tastes like a mistake.
After
Alex
three
is like, so is
scrunchies,
Gregory.
After 3 scrunchies, Gregory reveals it all. No, actually, originally
Put your pants back on, please, dear God. What
You want to
Mom
see another
think?
mistake? Here it is.
Gregory, put your pants back on.
How many times does that get said in a day, Sean, at the brewery?
2 or 3 times.
No comment. I need a few more points with Gregory tonight than I need with Alex.
Okay.
Well done.
Smart.
He needs a few more Tesserae to tell the truth.
Yeah.
No.
No. How's your morality doing?
It's fine, but my mortality is through the roof.
Yeah.
My mom always said I was
this
a mortal
was
person.
originally an IPA, regular IPA. This is going to be a mindfuck to everybody here
Okay.
who's a brewer. We brewed the beer. It fermented way further than we anticipated. We thought, okay, well, now it's 8%. Well, I guess it's a double IPA, and it still tastes okay.
Rename it.
Right. So now we had to recreate this beer, right, when we rebrewed it. Mash temp for this beer. It's a 15 Plato design beer. Mash temp 145.
Yeah.
That's crazy low, right?
Okay.
Crazy low. And so now we're pushing an 8% beer out of what should be a 15 Plato beer. And so, I mean, that's how Tesserae came to be.
And you just ended up. Now you just repeat that every time.
Yeah, exactly. It was a total fuck up. We had to do the calculation. How do we get this recipe to ferment down to 8%?
I see.
145. Fuck, we really have to fucking mash it at 145. So that's what we do when we brew this
Wow.
beer. People still love it.
Yeah. Some of the greatest mistakes.
Really great mistake.
Mice and manners shit. Whatever. Fuck it. Who cares?
I love the PhD.
The fact that you're only 15.
Fucking mice jacking off in the corner.
Fucking
That's
Don't look at them.
experience shit.
That's outside of first century range, though. How does she know about that book?
Right.
Way beyond me.
To be or fuck you.
Don't look at it.
I don't know what it is.
Now it really sounds like the production meeting I was telling you about.
Right? Yeah. It was the best of times. You suck. Tired of you.
Are you guys going to do a brewed IPA and call it E2?
Yo, brewed IPA.
brewed IPA.
Interesting
Should we talk about this?
topic. Have y'all had a brewed IPA podcast
Unfortunately.
We have not
We've had a couple on the show.
Not a show, but we've had a couple.
Wait, have you had one that you like first?
No.
Okay, we're on the same page.
Okay. I'll say, really enjoyed Hen Houses on tap here at the Hop Grenade.
Great.
Enjoyed Kim's.
Well played.
The originator of the style.
That's cool.
Hard
for you.
style to nail, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, we thought we were going to do a brewed IPA. We did a massive style spectrum sort of taste test. And at the end of it, we're like, we don't have to do this.
So
we
you
don't
didn't
have to do this.
You just did it other people's, and then you thought, no good.
We didn't like them.
You didn't do
we
it
didn't like 'em.
experimental.
Not at all.
It was great. We opened up all these beers. We had them. We're all kind of like, take a sip, and you're looking at the other people.
You like that.
And then you're like, all right, I'm going to move on to the next one. And then once again, you're kind of looking at everyone. And at the end of the day, literally all of us are just sitting there after tasting all of these IPAs, brewed IPAs. And we're just like, I don't want to make this.
Right.
Oh, thank God someone said that.
Well,
I
it's
don't
not
want to
like-
make it either.
It's not like the style that's making a shitload of money right now or anything, is it?
No.
It's just like a little
But
fringe
in 4 years, they're
thing.
going to be the kings
You
of
think?
brewed IPA.
They will.
I'm kidding.
I think,
No, I'm kidding.
here's the thing.
I think Kim will be the king, and he will always be the king of brewed IPA. You nailed it. It was good. You did a great
but
job.
I mean, it's like being the king of your own little tiny five. I don't know. To me, the brewed IPA is the non-beer beer. It tastes like nothing. There's really nothing going for it except higher alcohol. And at that point, you don't want beer. At that point, you don't want beer. It's like with hazy IPA. You don't like IPA. If you like hazy IPA, you don't like IPA. You like alcoholic pale ale.
Right. It's
I
hoppy
agree with
champagne.
I agree with you.
Tasty, what is your thought on this style?
I think brewed IPAs are like an outcome looking for a reason to be there.
Oh.
Like, why would I drink an 8% beer that tastes like a 6% beer?
Yeah.
Like, why don't I just drink 6%? Drink like
Tasty.
one extra beer
I
a night.
see your point.
Like, what am I trying to do here?
Yeah.
Now,
I think-
they do lend themselves to being fruited, I think. They once you get all the malt character out of the beer, and all you have is like just some basic esters, which tend to be more fruity, you could, kind of go with the flow and
Enhance
make
that.
them,
But I like drinking beer. I don't like drinking fruit
Well,
juice.
for people that drink it. I'm the same one with
No
you.
one's making beer for you anymore, JP.
Right.
Fuck, there's like 2 people doing it,
drink
and
it
one of them
all.
is me.
Right.
Right. And you complain about the other one anyway.
I complain about me, too.
You like amber
This
ales,
is a
right?
fact.
Amber colored ales?
Amber ales.
I don't know. I don't know if I've ever had like a true amber
just
ale
had a
since
kid,
I was
right?
like, I did.
All right, give it like 3 years. You'll be amber ale. All the way.
All right. Hell yeah, dude. Hey, give me a
Your
fucking...
next kid will be called Amber.
Give me a Henry Weinhardt's Blue Boar and some Taco Bell, dude. I'm good. Okay.
You heard her here first. JP, first ex-millennial dad beer
Might be
drinker.
out of the millennial by like a year or 2.
We're right there.
Are
You're on
we?
the cusp.
Yeah, there are some that say we're in it, like
Yeah.
we're just the old
What?
millennials.
No, you guys are old as fuck.
Right, they're ancient
It
millennials.
doesn't matter though. We're on the
matter.
cusp. We're in the.
It's
I mean,
a
you're still
lose-lose for
douchebags,
you.
but-
Oh, well, yeah.
Right.
It's a lose-lose. You're
I
either
agree with
old
you.
millennial
I agree with
or
you, Beav.
you're
Yeah.
old as fuck.
Yeah, exactly.
I
There's
prefer
no-
the term trans millennial, to be honest.
You do.
Yeah, I really do.
Justin,
That's
you mind,
appropriation.
Justin, you mind if I
That's
call you dad?
appropriation.
I do not. No, I don't mind at all. I'll probably kill myself after the show, but I don't mind.
Here's the thing about brewed IPAs, though, is you think back to what hazies were a few years ago. God, they were terrible. Like, you could find one occasionally that was awesome, and everything else was just like, oh,
Yeah.
I do not want this. And now we look at it, it's one of the greatest sellers. Like, for brewed IPA, it's an idea. You guys
Right.
just got to give us a little bit of time, all of us production breweries out there, to find a place for it, to develop it, to build it, to get those flavors that we can put into this beer give us a little time to mature. We're a little young. We're a little unsure of ourselves. But we'll deliver.
I agree with this assessment that because history has shown, as you said, but I am going to stick to the one thing Tasty said. And I hadn't thought about this before, but I don't like this whole thing where like, oh, it's 8%, but drinks like 6%. Who the fuck needs that? I don't need that. Probably because I'm like your dad now. I don't mind me a high alcohol beer. I would just rather know it.
Thank you, Father.
So,
Father, may I please have more IPA?
Yeah.
There are a lot of value shoppers out there that just want the alcohol content.
But that's why IPA is popular to begin with. It's not because it's good. It's not because it's amazing. It's not because of the flavors. No. It is true.
So that's the point in its favor.
It's because it has high alcohol.
Right.
And then that became the cool drink, and then people got used to the flavor, which is exactly what we're trying to do with Brut IPA.
The statement IPA is not popular because it's good.
I didn't say that's how that's how it started, is that people were attracted more to the high alcohol. And they got over it, and they got used to it. And then the more people went out, they go, well, I don't really drink beer, but I'll have that IPA because I know it's 7%. And then people got used to those flavors. Hazy beer, that's happening now. Brut IPA, it sounds like that's on the way. It's like, well, we don't really know what it's supposed to be, so we're just going to tinker around with it. And then people will get used to it by then, and then it'll be the thing.
I think JP's bringing up a good point, which is that...
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. I mean...
Fuck you.
Score.
Everybody!
Alex Creepy.
Can I get a fuck you, Gregory, please?
Justin, if you're the dad, JP's the creepy uncle. Congrats, creepy uncle. Please don't touch me tonight.
I got a meme for that.
I will say though, you bring up a good point, which is that you know, a lot of these, like just like hazy IPA is, it was really hard to accept that. I mean, I think it was hard for even Alex and I to accept it when it first came out. I was like, what the fuck is that? The first hazy IPA I had was some like experiment New Belgium did, and I was like, oh, fuck this. This is disgusting. But, you know, in the end, who are we to judge?
Yeah.
You know,
consumers.
Hazy IPA's been around.
The market votes.
Right. Something that we're a little concerned about in the hazy IPA category. I think we all know that the Brewers Association just finally recognized hazy IPA, hazy juicy IPA, double IPA, and pale ale.
Most popular beer at the Great American Beer Festival.
Yeah. So I also think that it's no secret, especially to everybody sitting here right now, that style, but all three of those styles are extremely vulnerable to degradation.
Yeah.
You know,
I saw that post and I thought the same thing. I'm like, how the fuck are these all going to be stored for 3 weeks before
shelf life?
4 weeks.
Yeah.
They're going to be terrible.
They'll all taste like garbage.
4 weeks. So like, let's take a brewery here in the Bay Area that makes amazing IPA and also hazy IPA, Cellar Maker, right? We all know them. They're doing great.
Fieldwork.
Yeah, Fieldwork, great. You know what Cellar Maker puts on their can? It says it right on their can.
Don't
21.
Drink within 21 days.
Mm-hmm.
The judging is happening outside of 21 days.
Right.
I love the Brewers Association. We're part of the Brewers Association. We think they're doing a lot of great for this thing. But it's like, how can you judge a style?
Yeah.
That is.
Well, that's not their. If anything, then it was their fault for making it a style. It's not their. That's just how the judging is done.
Now we agree on something.
You're right. You're right.
I didn't say it. I said if anything.
Right.
This is not my opinion for us to agree on.
I wonder how it's going to change in the next year. You know, we submitted.
I think. You know what though?
Tell us.
What
do you think,
tell us,
Justin?
Dad.
We want to know. Dad, tell us.
Who cares?
I love Metallica.
It's a new style that people are excited about. It's going to be a little past its shelf life. They're going to figure it out. It's a first-year thing that people are excited about. They want to see an award for it. They want to cheer their brewery on. The breweries want to be involved with it. In other words, whenever these styles come out, I don't really give a shit. I enjoy tasting them. Sometimes I don't enjoy tasting them. And I don't have this whole, flag on the moon about, well, it's supposed to be like this and supposed to be like that.
Yeah.
And while I agree, maybe it's not ideal that this new category they created is going to be outside the judging window. Who fucking cares? They're going to figure it out.
Well, how is wet hop a category? Those beers are sent in at the beginning of August. Are they last year's wet hops?
Bingo.
How does that even
They're
happen?
rehydrated hops. You don't fucking worry about it.
That shit is so wet, you don't want to touch it.
Right.
Hey, Beardy,
I know
you got to
about
know
that.
it's South American only wet hops.
Don't touch it.
What are
There's
you,
another hemisphere.
What are you, a dummy?
That's right.
Yes.
God, idiot.
New Zealand only.
Okay.
No,
It's your mortality rate.
You're totally right. I think eventually it's going to. I mean, We'll see what happens next year. We
make a more stable hazy beer and quit bitching about it.
Hey, can we talk about hazy stability? Seriously, I'm pretty sure we wrote in on things we like to talk about. Hazy stability, it's a thing.
Kiki was not
that. It's not a thing though. That it's difficult. Is what you're saying?
Real difficult.
Yeah.
Why don't you throw the flour in?
Yeah. Flour is very stable.
As long as it floats.
Yeah.
It'll be fine. So
it'd be interesting to see how the judging goes. I'd like to be a judge for the hazy beer.
I would.
And they're like, wow, these all taste aged, or they all.
And are they going to account for that?
Yeah, I mean, they're going to go like, wow, this is going to be different. Yeah,
right.
Hopefully, the guys who do judge them know what they taste like fresh, so they can get a sense.
Or the opposite.
But that's difficult too.
We entered two hazy beers to it, and God knows we're not going to win. It doesn't matter. We know.
Are you trying to reverse jinx yourself right now?
No. We know. We knew when we sent them off.
Mm-hmm.
You drank. No, you only drank one of them.
So you spent $1,200 knowing you're going to fail?
This smells like a reverse jinx.
Do I have to repeat? Bad business. Welcome to Armistice. You want to try beer that doesn't make sense?
Have you ever heard of a lifestyle business, kid?
Have you ever heard of?
Yes, we have.
Justin,
matter of fact, we're living it. Yeah.
Have you ever heard of trying to live on $2,000 a month in the Bay Area?
Yes, we have.
Welcome to Armistice.
Not only heard of it.
I literally
still hearing about it.
Thank you, people.
Well, if you want more bad business decisions, there are advertising spots on the Brewing Network.
Excellent.
So I feel like you should just let me know.
Is it a 501c3?
No.
Yes.
It is now.
100%.
It looks like it is. Yeah.
We'll send it.
It should be though, right?
It really should be.
Pretty much.
Shit. That's good.
All right. Well, good luck with your shitty hazy beer. Outside of the judging window at GABF.
No, we're not going to win. Drink the mild thing. We entered that too.
You did? If anything is going to level the playing field, it's going to be all those beers sitting for 4 months or whatever.
Right.
Exactly.
That's why we did.
You might be fine. Might be totally fine.
Sure. Yeah, we're fine.
Are they going to roll them, you think? Or are they just going to
yeah. Roll.
Flip it?
Well, flip it.
Oh.
Have you heard of this? Flip the can.
Smack it up, flip it, roll it down. Oh, I need a body bag.
What would you prefer in your own beer, for instance?
Never again.
Thank you.
Roll them, flip them, whatever.
Yeah.
We would prefer. Yeah, they ask hard pour, soft pour.
Oh.
Soft pour.
That. Did you know that in GABF they go hard pour or soft pour?
In the application,
I don't know, dude. When I'm at home alone, it's soft porn.
Oh, you got to make a beer called hardcore pour.
This is a typo.
Hardcore pour.
Hardcore pour. JP's is giving them away right now.
That's a freebie.
Do you want minimum wage?
I exist in minimum wage. It's fine. My entire 40-year career of being alive has been minimum wage.
Justin, get ready for that library there. I got one more question.
Yeah.
What was the finishing ground in this double IPA that you got it to 8% and only 15 Plato?
Oh, yeah.
Fuck, 7? 1.4?
Oh, I see. Well, you're already making brewed IPA. You guys
Bingo.
One more Plato and you got it.
It's sub 2 for sure.
Real dry on the
1.8.
Oh, cool.
1.8.
Well, good job.
I mean, 15 Plato's a guess. What was it actually? Oh, no. Turns out it's 17. Ta-da.
Yeah. 15 to 1.8, not 8%.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Turns out I did it wrong.
That Beersmith calculator is not right. If that's what you're using.
Oh, hey, I can't talk.
I'll email Brad.
Still on the free
Warren,
21-day trial.
Warren, we have to talk off air about that.
Oh, okay.
I just want to point out, so we got the brew log in front of us here. Not my handwriting. There seems to be a lot of writing on this brew log here.
Exception here, exception there.
So, maybe three times in.
Lots of
like we forgot to turn the burner on this one. All right. Whatever.
It's a raw beer, just like Libertine.
Raw beer.
Just kidding. It's okay. Longer talk.
All right, real quick, go to greatfermentations.com. They've got the largest catalog of Blickman products on the web, and their staff is some of the best trained in the biz. They offer top-notch customer service and same-day shipping on so many items. Check them out at greatfermentations.com. And be sure to like them on Facebook, GR8 Fermentation, Great Fermentation, Instagram, and Twitter. It's all there, greatfermentations.com. All right. We're about done here, folks. But we do have a Twitter game to get through.
We do. We have someone to nickname.
Yeah. Kim Shimke does not yet have a nickname here. And I believe we put it out to the Twitter webs.
We did, as a matter of fact.
Okay.
And I got some pretty stupid ones. This wasn't as good of a game as I thought it was going to be. People were actually kind of trying to... I think they were trying to be mean.
Okay.
So I filtered out the mean ones.
They're taking too many cues from us.
I think so. I think that's...
We're not very nice to Shimkey.
No. So Brandon R. wrote in and said, Kim, friend zone Shimkey.
Friend zone.
She's everyone's buddy.
Everyone should really But that would imply that I want to have sex with some of you, and that is absolutely incorrect. So I don't like that one.
It's with all of us, I imagine.
First of all, I call bullshit on that statement.
Yeah.
And second of all...
Well, there's Vivo, so there's the exception. That's true.
I think
Vivo bingo!
I think the larger protest actually would be that we consider you a friend. And then
You are such an asshole.
That's one zone too far.
Yeah, maybe it's buddy zone, not friend zone.
Yeah.
You can't really be friend zone.
Solid in the buddy zone.
Yeah. Go ahead. What's next?
I mean, honestly, Kim, that's the place to be.
Justin Crosley with this hot take. Buddy zone, not friend. No, I'm just kidding. Lab Rat Brewer says, leave it as Shimkey. She suffered enough.
That's true.
And these are like the nicer ones.
I like it. Well, why? Why did you exclude? Were the mean ones like real mean?
What? Why?
If they were real mean, then it's okay.
There was real radio. Come on,
one that was real mean. A couple are like really stupid also,
Okay.
so I just didn't really bother with it.
Just
I did read them all.
You did.
I did.
Did you find
So-
any of them too mean to read?
No, I mean, if anything, people are going to try and be really mean. You know, like they want to outdo each other.
Right.
Well, right, but I, look, man, I was I was just trying to be nice, but I can throw a couple of the other ones on there if you really want.
I don't know if they're not funny.
Well, that's part of it. Anyway, I didn't expect this kind of analysis or analysis of my my work. Jacob Hurt wrote in and said, "Who's Kim Shimkey?"
It's probably the most accurate.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
Yeah, who?
I like that. It's a bit long, but for a nickname. Yeah. I like it.
You can turn it just who.
WKS.
Someone called Warren Bilups says, desperate.
That's me.
I was only saying that because I commented last week on him.
And then Flip Pryor wrote Kim E. Trinkle.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, there were a couple other ones that were
Trinkle.
They were pretty dumb, but those are the ones I got.
That's it.
That's it.
Oh.
Well, you got like with a name like that, who needs a nickname? But I thought that was already covered with.
Right.
I was very disappointed with the turnout.
I liked the Aunt Flo one. I thought that was clever. Not a great
read
nickname, but it was
what's
clever.
that one?
Auntie Flo. She arrives once a month. I thought that was really like obvious and stupid. So
It's a little, but she does only show up once a month.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, but the difference is I guess it's the same. Nobody's really happy to see either.
Right, we're all glad when she's not.
We all suffer.
So it was low hanging fruit.
Yeah,
but,
I just thought I didn't think it was as creative as Paul Wilcox has been in the past.
Okay. Let's call him out.
Yeah, the gauntlet has dropped.
Well, I don't know, man. Look, that's what I did. I don't know.
We're not going to give Kim her name tonight.
Well, I don't think we've heard.
We're going to have a
better
winner
one.
of the game.
We are, because we're keeping her name as Shimkey, and somebody suggested keeping her name as Shimkey. Yeah. That we're not going to find better.
Because she has suffered enough.
So who is that?
Because they win.
Winner.
Let's see. Let me find that. Is Lab Rat Brewer.
That's our winner of the Twitter game.
Although I do like
Two
Two easy syllables.
So Shimkey, you're still Shimkey.
There you
Back
go.
to being generic.
Yep.
All right.
Still good old Shimkey.
Speaking of low-hanging fruit.
I don't know, Alex is pretty creative over here. I feel like she could probably do it.
Let me give you a Shakespearean name.
Doth thou hast whomst shall be.
What was your nickname when you were a kid? Did people just call you Shimkey? Have you always been Shimkey?
The badass base master. No, sorry.
What have you had? Give us
Kimby, that's it. I swear to God.
Kimby.
Kimby, Kimby.
Huh. That's stupid.
Literally, my stepdad used to call me fucker. Not even kidding. Yeah, come here, fucker. I'm like, okay,
My
Mike.
dad calls me Wimble.
What's that?
Well, like Kimball, and then Wimble came from it.
Okay, just a weird dad thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Great.
So you should have some good ones.
Speaking of weird dad things, Shimkey.
Let's ask the resident father.
Yeah.
Justin.
Yeah.
Well, just look around the room.
Yeah.
JP, Bevo.
Okay, first off, that's not
Beardy.
a dad.
No, but his nicknames that he's come
No,
up with.
that Olin Schultz was calling me that for more beer.
Oh, he was.
And that's just how Justin
I did not invent
addressed
JP.
me.
Yeah.
That's true.
Came up with the initials.
But Jip,
It's the only one in the room I
Jip,
did.
yeah.
no,
Okay.
Jip.
Oh, Jip. Yeah. Yeah.
I built my life around that nickname.
You definitely came up with Bevo.
Oh, yeah,
though.
your Major Jip.
It's true.
Forgot about it. Bevo, Tasty.
Good taste.
I mean, Beardy was fucking easy, and come on.
Right. The only thing less creative than that is
dumbest
Shimkey.
name I ever.
And we're back to this.
The thing is, it doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter how bad the nicknames I come up with are. Mm-hmm. They do fit the person. They always fit so they just stick.
Moscow, you didn't come up with either.
Like, you
did
look like a fucking Shimkey. Yeah, I think.
Whatever that is.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm sure I am very German.
Yeah. I don't know why, but like, ask people if you go, "Hey, I'm Shimkey. Do I look like Shimkey?" They'll be like, "Yeah, you look like Shimkey."
I'm not going to ask people that.
You should.
That's
Just
a
walk
weird thing
around.
to do.
Just walk
I'm not
around and
gonna
ask.
do that.
It's rude to ask them that?
It's weird.
This is
Oh,
weird.
what did you say?
Am I a fucker?
You're a fucker.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean,
Thank you.
know.
The only problem with your nickname, fucker, is that you just can't say it everywhere.
Come on down to Armistice. See the fucker.
Yeah.
Say hi to fucker.
See, I'm writing your live read for you right now. Let me give you your first.
If we're really successful, I'm gonna be like, I gotta, JP, man. No, Justin, he called me fucker.
Here, I'm going to give you your first free live read.
The other problem with him is he
Often backed with gold leaf foil. Come see fucker.
Come laugh at the fucker.
Come laugh at fucker.
Drink a pint and quaff a pint.
An English heritage man with a malty sweetness that finishes clean and uplights the hops.
You a sweet motherfucker.
Potentially a microphallus.
Hailing from the mythical city of gold that eluded imperialists and plunderers for centuries.
Believe it or not, my people.
The fucker complements the tropical notes in mosaic and adds other things like
Fucker.
And before you ask, this is not Jay from the Rare Barrel. Don't ask again. Because he looks like Jay from the Rare Barrel.
Join Jay Fucker and his resinous band of pine sap run-throughs. I'm just paraphrasing the whole thing.
Do that.
All right.
Alex wants to do that.
I want to do that.
I want to do that. Let's go. Let's go.
All right, let me see if I finished everything here.
And that read the fucker bit. All right.
The city of Concord is the perfect place to start or expand your craft beer business. Concord's centrally located in the Bay Area. It boasts strong craft beer loving demographics. The city's historic downtown, right where the Hop Grenade is located, is experiencing a boom with new businesses opening and new apartment developments in the pipelines. Check out the city's economic development team, who's ready to help you find a successful location to meet your business needs right here in Concord and help you with the permitting process. Give Brian Nunnally a call at 925-671-3018. He's ready to help you open your business in Concord. 925-671-3018. All right, there you go. Concord.
I hope that's his cell phone number.
City of Concord.
Our listeners.
We should
Back
call
in
him.
the day, you never could give a phone number on this program.
Remember that
because
dude who
you would
kept
get
calling
fucked up phone calls
for the shower.
Oh yeah,
the shower remaster or whatever.
I gotta say, I'm kind of sad we didn't do Drunk of the Week. Is that gone now?
Yeah, it's pretty much good.
Mostly, I mean,
do we even have a phone number anymore?
No. We do.
Yeah,
I think, unless I didn't pay the bill.
I don't think. Does it work?
And I think so.
No grieve jobs.
Let's see.
No fucking Drunk of the Week.
Alex is out of here. She's done.
What the fuck happened?
I mean,
she's out of here. She's leaving.
As she leaves the studio.
Leaves the room.
now I see what you're up against. You have changed, Brewing Network.
I hope she's driving home because that would be amazing.
Wow.
You've changed, fucker.
All right, one more thing. Adam and Eve is determined to help you spice things up in the bedroom, and they're backing up that promise. Check it out. Go to adamandeve.com. You get 50% off almost any item when you enter coupon code BNARMY at checkout. Also, backed by popular demand, and for a limited time, you're going to get the free Big O kit. Yeah. Adam and Eve's Big O kit includes Climax Gel, mini vibrator.
Because that's really all you need. It's a small one.
I think that's
a
it,
mini
actually.
vibrator.
That's all that you deserve.
Can I ask how many here have actually used this discount? Like
Just
me.
Did you just,
Army?
I've not used it yet, actually.
I've not used the mini vibrator.
Tasty.
Wait, maybe I have. I think I did.
Did you know it's Tasty's birthday tomorrow?
I think you did.
I knew it was his birthday celebration.
It's your birthday, so I know you want to ride out.
Are you going to party?
Dude, birthday sex.
Come on. Well, get your discount now. Use coupon code BNARMY. Choose a new adult toy, a naughty movie, almost anything else at 50% off. Get free shipping plus the Big O kit with the Climax Gel and the vibrator. Use coupon code BNARMY, BNARMY at adamandeve.com. Okay.
We should change the code to like homebrewing boner or something like that.
Home boner.
Home boner.
The waterproof
Brew
massager
boner.
is way too loud. Don't get it.
Waterproof massage?
What happened to our Shimkey?
I got it, and you didn't read last time I was here. That is what I purchased. I took a photo so that you knew what I had
you
to
took a
talk about
photo?
it.
The Maxi Wenatchee
I'm not gonna bring a
waterproof
used item.
massager. Why does it suck?
It's loud.
Well,
I live in a 1910 building. You can hear everything that's
Goodness
going on
to
with
the
your neighbors. I swear to God. They thought my electric toothbrush was a vibrator. Now
Wow.
it's actually a vibrator.
Oh, speaking
it
of
like-
that, there's
It's like chainsaw.
there's
loud,
a
or-
2-for-1 in that department now.
Well, it tells the description is like it's not loud,
Oh.
but it actually is.
Did you record it?
So
Why?
your neighbors think you have
This
a pager. What's
this
the problem?
is an audio-based show, okay? So when you come in and you're like, I'm going to talk about how loud it is, it would be great if you can be like, listen to this.
Oh, I thought you meant as in recording it while it was in use.
No.
I don't care if you,
You can do that too.
I mean, yeah, like we're not going to say no, but mostly just the sound of the fucking thing, you know. So anyhow, you're still learning, Chucky.
And are other vibrators
is
not
that-
waterproof? What? How does that work?
They have to be said
you'd think
specifically waterproof.
But you would think inherently they are moisture repellent.
Well, no, like, it's more for like
This
when
one
you
can
use
shock.
lube, like if you use
Also.
like because certain chemicals can like mess up shit. So you use
This
water-based
is the
lube.
weirdest conversation
Oh,
I've
see,
ever
now
had
I
with
would
my
think
dad.
that meant that one could be like submerged.
by
Why
the way-
one would need to do that, I'm not sure. But
When I'm taking laps in the pool, I want like to feel like a boat.
Wouldn't
and so
that
if I
make
get
it better? Wouldn't that make it better? All that exercise.
How could it hurt? How could it hurt?
I'd exercise more often.
Was that your?
At least once a week.
See, exactly. Was that your only complaint about that? It was just the noise.
Yeah, and it was just like any other vibrator. There was nothing too special about it.
I
But
see.
there's a bunch on there, and I did go for the cheaper option, so that might be my bad.
Even with the coupon code, you couldn't afford the other one.
And and it being on
dude,
Justin's
come on.
credit card.
And I was paying for the thing.
Because
like,
I have to
what
count
do
this as a
owe you for
line
this
item
thing?
on my invoice, and I want it to be like...
Nobody sees that but me.
Right.
Well, you don't know where the studs are. on
By
the
the
wall,
way,
like,
return it if you're not going to use it. I'm not paying for that thing.
I don't think you can return
Imagine
those
handling
things.
the
Oh,
returns
they have a
department,
return.
Adam.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's you use it, you keep it.
I don't know about
Just
that.
so I understand, we're writing off sex toys right now?
No. Yes.
Oh, fuck.
Yes.
We're on the wrong company.
It was obviously for the show.
I should have called Jamil to ask him how to do this the proper way, and I messed up.
Jamil
See,
just
if
uses
only there
it.
was a podcast to
When
learn
he
how to
has
use
his
waterproof
podcast.
vibrators.
Jamil only uses his left hand.
He probably would have sent you his top 10 waterproof vibrator list.
25 with his own Amazon link.
Is that the new book from Brewers Publications?
Yeah.
The Zanisef signature model.
Yeah, that's right.
The Silent 1000.
He's like,
The neighbors
You
are
can
playing.
do it in the airport bathroom.
guaranteed you can use this in the library.
It's ribbed, but the ribbon is his signature.
My number one pick. I call it the Library XL.
Oh my god.
So when's he having that?
It doubles as one of those like single pole stools that people carry around.
Yeah.
I'm bringing my own chair.
Wow.
Ooh.
Yeah, apparently they have. We saw it this. Warren and I went out to the city the other week.
Yeah.
The other weekend, and there was like a little party going on.
As we do.
Yes, as gentlemen are wanting to do.
Being party guys. Yeah.
On the
And
weekend.
there was a company selling modifiers for your electric toothbrush, like the battery for your electric
Right.
toothbrush, but it was a dildo on the end, like a vibrator on the end.
That's brilliant.
So you,
I think
do you
so, too.
Yeah.
You thought so. You thought it was a terrible idea.
I think it's brilliant. But I did say that I don't know how I could put something in my mouth after it just made me come. I couldn't do that.
Well, you're not supposed to use the dildo in your mouth.
Well, yeah, you probably have to you probably exchange the tip.
That's what the toothbrush head is for.
JP, it's a millennial thing. It's okay.
Don't worry about it.
It's just a bristled dildo, so you can do both.
But I made it like an object association. I couldn't. I don't know, man.
How does that work? Is there 100 toothbrushes and one orgasm?
Right.
How much battery power is there?
Yeah, that's true. How many brushes do you get?
Right, and I carry more about my oral health than my,
vaginal health.
Vaginal health, yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever that other thing is.
I only know of one.
You're missing one of the holes.
Your prostate health.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Well, you got to clean it, and I feel like
No,
the useless prostate is a dirty prostate, so you got to put the brush head on and go.
You're disgusting.
I curve.
You curve.
Yeah.
Maybe that's all you need is the brush. I don't know.
That's all you need.
Yeah,
man.
all this extra accessories seems like a waste of plastic,
fart minty
or
fresh.
rubber,
Yeah.
whatever. All right.
Can we leave now?
I'm uncomfortable.
All right.
No,
now you're uncomfortable.
We've successfully talked about prostate
Kim started this whole thing. And
Alex hasn't even come back yet.
No, she's
She
hanging
said
out
she was
literally out of here.
I think
She's
sleeping on
done
the
at
couch.
Washington. She's out of here, dude.
Wow. All right, next week on the program, we're doing a collaboration show. 21st Amendment and Fieldwork are going to be on here. They did a collab brew.
Yeah, they came up with a beer.
So come down to the Hop Grenade and try the beer. They're all going to be out here hanging out, and then we're going to do the show and taste the beer and talk to you about it. So
It's a hazy beer.
It is. Is it? Is it?
And it's canned.
I didn't know. And it's canned.
Yeah.
Okay. There we go.
I just thought that would be exciting for some people, is that it was a hazy beer.
It is.
Everyone's going to like it more.
All right, good.
Hang on, let me double check.
God
I did
bless.
all my yeah. Okay, I did.
Did everything?
All right, I think we're out of here.
All right, I like this.
So we will see you next week. Don't forget about our Oktoberfest coming up on the 12th and 13th of October. Keep an eye out on thebrewingnetwork.com for details on that, or you can go to visitconcord.com and get details. Come out and hang out with us. We're going to have some good beer
That's
here.
true.
And do
Speaking
all
of
the things.
details, I just posted the latest episodes of Heads and Tails podcast with 7-3 Distilling from New Orleans, Louisiana.
Is that a show all about spirits?
Yes, it is, Warren. Thank you for asking.
Oh, great.
Those are the worst. Worst at plugging your
Hey,
show.
we're not the ones who had Oktoberfest after Oktoberfest.
No hazy IPA,
America,
no fucker,
doesn't
man.
matter.
That's how it
No,
works.
that's right. That's right.
All right. Thank you to Armistice Brewing Company for being in here. All of you, I appreciate it. We got Greg, we got Sean, we got Alex, and
She's gone.
And
We had Alex.
We had.
She gone.
She gone. She literally gone. Thanks, guys, for being here. Great
you.
beer.
Yeah.
Really enjoyed it, and I'll have to come check out your hipster tap room.
You'll fit in just fine.
Fun hanging out.
He's got the man bun.
It was a good time. That's right. All right, Shimky, fuck off. We'll see y'all later.
Thank you to our show sponsor, More Beer. You can get absolutely everything you need to make great beer at home by going to morebeer.com. Armistice Brewing Company out of Richmond, California, hauled some beers out to us, and at least half were clear and still delicious. Head over to armisticebrewing.com to find out more. Merge your love of Disneyland with your lack of engaging podcasts and go to earsuppodcast.com as JP, Terrence, Bevo, and Taryn talk about all things Disney. Get on Twitter for some good beer insight and homebrew info. Follow Nate Smith, whoever that is, at Nathan Homebrew. Mike McDowell at Tasty McD. Warren is stuck over at Another Beardy. Jason, I wrote the foreword to a serious book written by a human lawyer. Petros knows Twitter is dead, so he's on Instagram at Major Jip. And you can find Bevo there as well at Beverly Moore. Be sure to find the Brewing Network on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
JP's an asshole. Justin's a nice guy and winning the race. JP does great as his chair